the most dramatic circumstances. Make sure that every camera sees him before he takes that trophy away. The trophy champion, trophy champs. Sloan in the corner for the win. Oh! Can you believe it? Trophy champions.
Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes on the score. Every time you wanna clash, the winner's kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stock, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable, I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
It has all come down to this. This is the British Basketball League Trophy Final. After a month of competition and 2 epic semi-finals yesterday, we have our finalists. 2 teams steeped in championship pedigree at the very top of their game.
This is the London Lions. They won the treble last season, and they're leading the league this season. A team full of superstars, but they're led by their inspirational head coach, a professional trophy lifter himself, Petar Bozic.
Well, this competition has a history of creating some stone-cold classics, and whoever wins this trophy is going to have to beat the very best.
London opponents, Cheshire, suffering a heartbreak loss in last year's trophy final to a buzzer-beater last-second shot to the hands of Caledonia.
And the memories of last season will be floating in the minds of the Phoenix players. Coach Ben Thomas, he's won this competition before, 2 years ago. And boy, how he would love to win it again.
It's the trophy final, London Lions versus the Cheshire Phoenix. I'm Jeanette Kwachi, and I'm joined by Obi Soko and Mike Tuck. And if yesterday's semi-finals are anything to go by, this final will be unbeatable.
We are down to the final 4 as Birmingham takes center stage. Today in semifinal number 1, it will be Caledonia taking on London.
I'm really excited. The crowd is in. Wow, I feel like I'm playing these semi-finals.
All right, here we go.
A fantastic first half for Caledonia.
If you're Petar Bozic and you need a spark offensively.
Well, there you have it. It's Saturday, so the bank is open. Big, big, big finish.
Let it fly, and he buries it.
Semi-final 2 of 2 in this trophy competition.
One more ticket with the London Lions waiting.
Beautiful finish.
As Ryan gets huge Canadian version of the Euro step. Kimball Kinsey goes right at it. Give him the end one. Step up and under. Count it. And the Cheshire survive.
You know I love good basketball, and it's going to be wonderful.
Well, what a final we have in prospect. It's number 1 versus number 3 in the league, and it promises to be a brilliant afternoon of basketball. Over the next half an hour, we'll be bringing you all the build-up. We'll be taking a look at the basketball culture that sits at the very heart of this wonderful city of Birmingham. And then we'll meet the teams as they take to the court to battle for the season's first piece of silverware. All of that will culminate in the tip-off of the men's trophy final. That's at 3:30. Well, you've seen them once, so let's meet him again. Former London Lion Obi Soko, alongside the winner of this famous trophy with the Sheffield Sharks back in 2013. It's Mike Tuck. Welcome back to both of you. And Obi, as we have seen, we are treated today to a final. This is going to be an epic battle to see who can pick up that trophy.
Incredible matchup. 2 very, very exciting teams, a lot of exciting players. Yesterday, they both battled through adversity and storms, respectively. You know, Cheshire almost throwing it away. London Lions fighting back from I think, about 15, roughly, points yesterday in that matchup. So it makes for a good matchup.
It does make up for a good matchup because yesterday what we saw, those semi-finals, they went through it. They really, really did go for it. And it does tee up what could be incredible for today.
It definitely does. I mean, crazy, crazy games yesterday. Exciting, everything that you could ask for right now. play the first one to get to the second one today. You know, a lot of those guys played big minutes yesterday, but I think everybody's going to show up on the day today.
I mean, we talk about the silverware. We know that you've done it before, and that's what's at stake. You see that trophy and you know what's at stake. So they don't really need the motivation, do they?
No, definitely not. I think both these teams are charged up. They've got, you know, complete rosters and superstars that know how to win. So I think on the day, it doesn't matter what aches and pains or how you got there. You're there, show up, 40 minutes of basketball. Winner takes all.
Winner takes all. But can I just ask, because I know what it's like. You know, you do your exercise, you wake up the next day and everything is hurting. You haven't had any sleep or anything like that. How are they going to be feeling coming into this, Obi?
You're going to be feeling sore and excited.
Sore and excited.
All the chips are on the line, you know. Everything's to play for.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this isn't the time for excuses. It's not the time to be tired.
Yeah.
You think about that after the game, and I'm sure those are the discussions that those guys would have had amongst each other in the locker room.
Well, let's see if the London Lions have freshened up that starting five. Obi, take us through.
London Lions starting five over here. And Nwaba, a new face, he was out yesterday. You know, we thought he might have been injured. He's there today. Gabe Olaseni, big time game yesterday. Grantham brought the energy off the bench yesterday. Matt Morgan, usual scorer. We know him. And then Phillips, the regular at the point guard position.
And then Mike, Cheshire. Let's see what they've got coming up for us.
Yeah, and the Cheshire Phoenix here. Obviously, you're gonna have to start with our guy Aaron Rye. Big game yesterday. 27 points, willed them to victory. Holden, who's been a great guy throughout January for this team. Stevens, Rideau, huge double-double with 13 assists yesterday. And a man after my own heart, pick and pop big, Skylar White.
Okay, it's looking good. They've fielded strong teams. They mean business. And we are minutes away from tip-off in the men's trophy final featuring the London Lions and the Cheshire Phoenix. But next, we're going to hear from local hip-hop artists as they celebrate the wonderful city of Birmingham. And we're back after this. Welcome back to the British Basketball League Trophy Final. Whether you're watching in the UK or across the USA, tip-off between London and Cheshire is just around the corner. And we are honoured to be able to bring you this amazing final for the incredible city of Birmingham, the UK's second city, a city proud of its unique voice and its youth culture. But don't take my word for it.
This is my foundation. The roots from where my story began. My first mixtape here when I was 14. These roads and these buildings know me like the back of their hand. come from Brum, the city of 1,000 trades. Core of the country, where big history is made.
We call it home and they call us potential. But there's a reason why basketball belongs in my city. Birmingham is a powerhouse. We know about the fight, the resilience, and the revolution. Where I'm from, we hold the bull by its horns. I give my out to this city and represent this city, so it's nice that the city gives it back to me. We know how to be unbeatable. Expect fireworks, dancing, expect a lot of vibes.
Birmingham has seen buzzer beaters make British basketball history.
There it is! The Bullets win the championship!
A place where every unique individual is seen for their potential. This is where it all started for me. My first dribble, my first layup, my first dunk. In a basketball community that represents family. Brum is a family. That's what describes Birmingham.
I am so delighted now to be joined by one of the voices of Birmingham, the queen of the freestyle, it's Lady Leisha. Leisha, we've just seen you speak so warmly about this city, what it's about Birmingham that just gives them a unique voice to the people.
Exactly that. Birmingham 0121 stand up. Obviously, I am Lady Leisha and I represent my city to the fullest. And I feel like Birmingham people, we have just got a different type of energy, different vibe. And majority of it comes from the banter that we hold in this city. Just the way that we don't take too much things for serious or for granted. And we're just very much playful with everything we do. We're much more pleasant as well. So always got to represent Brum.
I love that. I love that. But then you've played in that arena before, haven't you? To be able to perform in front of a home crowd, it must be something. What is it like to perform there?
This is absolutely surreal, even to be here now, because last year I came here and I was sitting courtside just watching, and there was a little bit less people here, so it's just great to see that it's building. There's so many people, it's packed. And I know that the energy is going to be great and amazing and fulfilling, so I just can't wait to get on.
No, I can see the smile, but I can also see the fit.
Come
You've
on.
got that Lakers top on, so that means you're a basketball fan. Who do you think is going to win today?
My prediction. I think London Lions might have it in the bag. Only because I've already seen them play before and I saw their potential, and I just think they're really great as far as the chemistry they have on the court. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully London Lions take it home.
Oh, brilliant. Leisha, have a good one. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. You're going to enjoy that courtside, and good luck later on today. Fabulous Lady Leisha, their queen of the freestyle. And as London take to the court, they will believe that a victory today could be the first part of a domestic treble. They've only lost 4 games domestically all season, and the manner in which they dispatched last year's champions yesterday will fill them with huge confidence. So let's check in with Drew Lasker. He's in the Lions' den.
The Lions are on the hunt for trophies. Their game plan, take advantage of their size, starting with Gabe Olasene. And his game is as precise as his mustache. Very simple, throw it down low, simple, good footwork, patience, and then score. And, oh, coach, I'm tired. Okay, let's go to the 7-footer then. Josh Sharma right here on the opposite end, getting loose and ready. The MVP of yesterday's game. Where did he do his work? Out here in the paint, slam dunks, tip-ins, and defending on the defensive end is where he's at his best. You ready to go tonight? Yes, sir. He's ready to go. Let's lock in.
Yeah, Josh Sharma locked all the way in. He was sat there courtside watching the women do their thing earlier as well. But for him, he came off the bench yesterday and he was the MVP. What a game from him yesterday.
I mean, Josh Sharma played an amazing game. Such a nice gentleman. But on the court, what you like to see is that ferocity that he showed yesterday. Here early on in the game, showing patience. And it's not always easy to come off the bench and sort of find your spots. That's a sign of maturity. But here you see him dumping it into Morgan, sees the double team, and then sees his opportunity. He goes diving down the middle of the lane. And then a high-flying play, what we've just come to get used to from Sharma. But this is what he does a really good job of. He sets screens and he gets out of those screens very quickly, down the lane again, making crucial plays. You see the passion. You see the passion, the flair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he just came up big for those guys yesterday.
Yeah, he was so good yesterday and part of a really interesting lineup as well. But another big man that seems to go quietly about his business, he chips away, racking up the points, is Gabriel Asheni. He scored 18 points yesterday, Mike, but also picked up 15 rebounds, a double-double.
Yeah, and this is something we come to expect from the big man, Gabe. And best mustache in the game, in the league right now. But he's the big man in the middle. He's consistent, and that's what we like about him. He gets the job done. Here we see coming across on a cross screen, getting the ball down low, and able just to muscle his way to the basket. Nothing fancy, nothing special, just getting the job done. He's a blue-collar worker. Great play here from him, able to run the floor. We were talking about it off-air earlier that Gabe's not a big that will slow a team down. He runs the floor really well for a big man, and he's able to finish in traffic. Huge piece for them. Huge signing for them this season. It's good to see him in the British Basketball League.
And then you see the head honcho there, Peter Bozic, only joined the Lions as a head coach this year and inherited, to be fair, a great roster, which he's also added to. But he's also a great play caller, Ovi.
He is a great play caller. I think that comes from the pedigree. He's played back in Serbia where, the play calling, the cerebral side of the game is what they're known for. And you just see sort of that calm, cool and collected demeanor he has. And he carries that through his play calling. He carries that, and I think the players sort of feed off that also. But it's a real good thing when you've got a coach like that in your corner. Yeah. You can always be confident.
And he looks up for it, and you can hear from him now.
Your first stab as head coach, are you relishing this moment?
I'm super happy and excited to be in this position.
The Phoenix gave your biggest threat so far this season. What threat do they pose?
I mean, they're a great team. We got to stop their transition and got in one-on-one good.
What was your final message to your team?
Don't put any pressure on yourself except that you play hard as you can.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
That's it, short and sweet. And Coach Bozic will have his work cut out today because the Cheshire Phoenix, they love this competition. They've only lost one game in the trophy in nearly 2 years, and that was last year's final. This is their third consecutive final, hoping to channel the spirit of 2022 when they beat the London Lions by 14 points. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the British Basketball League Trophy Final live from the Utilita Arena, Birmingham. The atmosphere is building. We are under 10 minutes away now from tip-off as the London Lions take on the Cheshire Phoenix. You are all welcome, whether you're watching here in the UK or in the USA. And earlier today, we saw the London Lions women's team complete an unprecedented 4 trophy final wins in a row as they overhauled the Essex Rebels. And this afternoon, the Cheshire Phoenix are targeting their 6th trophy, whilst the London Lions are hoping to lift this title for just the 2nd time. The players are ready to take to the court, so I'll hand you over to our Master of Ceremonies, Tahir Hijaz.
Unit number 10, David All. Wearing number 13, Dan Rod. Wearing number 14, Maceo Jack as captain. And your starting 5 for today, wearing number 3, LaQuincy Renault. Unit number 20, EJ Stevens. Wearing number 21, Aaron Rye. Unit number 52, Cam Holden. And wearing number 99, Skylar White. Their head coach is Ben Thomas, assisted by James Price and Mark Bradley. Let's hear it for the Cheshire Phoenix. And now it's time to welcome to the floor the conquerors from the capital, the London Lions.
So what's next? When you're leveling up, I'm obsessed. I bring the fire like I'm possessed. My personnel and my clique is a bachelor.
And their trophy final roster, wearing number 1, and captain Jordan Taylor. In number 3, Kieran Sandy. Wearing number 6, Mo Solowade. Wearing number 9, Connor Morgan. In at number 10, Luke Nelson. In at number 11, Kareem Wheely. Wearing number 20, Josh Sharma. And their starting 5 for the final, wearing 0, Gabriel Olasheni. In at number 2, David Nwaba. Wearing number 22, Tariq Phillip. In at number 30, Matthew Morgan. And wearing number 32, Dante Brenton. Their head coach is Ben Deposit, assisted by Euron Youngblood, Connor Kine, and Chris Gerd. Let's hear you make some noise for the Cheshire Phoenix and the London Lions.
Wow, how good does that arena look? Spectacular, packed to the rafters. But let's take a look now at Cheshire and some of the guys that are going to be featuring today. Aaron Rye, MVP, what a player yesterday. I mean, let's look at some of these stats here. 27 points, 11 rebounds, and we expect nothing less. He was on fire yesterday.
He definitely was. You know, we talked about it yesterday. Big-time players showed up in big-time situations, and he showed up. This is a guy that was the NBL Player of the Year last year, and here we see, you know, he's 6'6", but he's so shifty, hard to stay in front of. He gets the drive to the lane here. All the defense sucked in, but able to finish over with a sweet little finger roll. And here, his IQ is really high. You know, here he sees wide open, great cut to the basket there, able to get behind the Leicester Riders defense. And then this play, one of the plays of the game for me, the Euro step, the long strides. At 6'6", with that size and that speed, but also the strength, he is such a dangerous player.
Yeah.
And definitely a highlight player for the Cheshire Phoenix.
Yeah, do you know, just very quickly, when he came out to his player introduction, he was the only one in his full kit over. He's ready to go.
He is ready to go. The boy's been on fire all season. He's definitely made a splash in the British Basketball League this year, and, you know, he's continued that form on in the trophy.
And of course, he'll be alongside LaQuincy Renault. The heroics at the end of yesterday's semi-final over against Leicester. Exactly what you need from a big-time baller.
Oh, man, this is someone who likes to step up to the big moment. I really feel like he started to come on early on in the season when Aaron Rye was actually down for a good portion of the time. He really stepped up and took on different kind of responsibilities, and I think that's what this team has become accustomed to. They're seeing this guy just step up whenever they need him.
Yeah, and with the stats as well, 15 and 13 yesterday, a double-double. This is the guy that is a bit of glue, isn't he? He keeps the Phoenix together.
Yeah, I mean, 13 assists, that's not an easy number to get to. So he's out there, he is a scorer, and he's the guy you want the ball in his hands in the big moments, but he's also finding guys. He's creating opportunities for his teammates. Here we see high screen and roll action, and definitely one of his strengths here is his acceleration as he gets downhill. He's a downhill player. Once he gets some momentum going towards the basket, it's really hard to stop from him. But also, 3.3 steals a game. I mean, this guy,
look at that,
up for definitely on the defensive team or defensive player of the year candidate of the season. Another one here, his first step so quick, able to finish with a little bit of a bump there. Doesn't mind a little bit of physicality and taking a hit going towards the basket.
And Obi, it's all done under the eye of this man, head coach Ben Thomas. He won Coach of the Month in September and November. He's been at the Phoenix now for 6 years. I mean, how would you assess his coaching style?
I feel like he gives his players a lot of confidence. I do have a good friend that played for him and he attested to his confidence. So, yeah, this guy's got big time confidence.
Okay, well, let's see how Cheshire is setting up for this afternoon. Drew Lasker, he has the picks of the Knicks.
Let's stop calling these guys the underdogs because they're the big dog. Starting with Aaron Rye. His game is so nice. He can go fast. He can go slow. He can use his physique, stepping around defenders with side steps, Euro steps, doing whatever is required to get the dub. The other big dog right over here, LaQuincy Rideau. Yesterday, he told me he was Defensive Player of the Year. That's his words. So look for him to look Matt Morgan in the eye, and whoever is looking at him and he can deliver to these guys, he'll be setting the table and looking to bring glory to these Cheshire Phoenix fans. But that's the players. Let's take things over to head coach Ben Thomas. Ben, your third consecutive trip. What have you learned about the opportunity for these moments?
Just take them when you can. I said this to the guys coming into the weekend that, we're lucky to be at this stage and, in the Final Fours, but today's where we all really want to be. So, enjoy it, but make sure you leave everything out there.
After last night, what part of your game do you need to clean up coming into today?
I think we let Leicester get too many second chance points in key moments. We've got to make sure we do a better job on the offensive glass, especially against their bigs. I'd like to shoot a few percent better from three-point line.
1 minute, your final huddle before tip-off. What will be your last message to your guys?
Be us. Don't do anything different that we haven't done for the last few months. If we do that and play hard, we give ourselves a chance.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks, Drew.
Well, here they go. Can they give themselves a chance? Cheshire against London is the men's trophy final. Can they do it? Todd Harris, Azanian Stewart will take you through right on the other side of this.
And he buries it. He draws up a big crowd and squashes it.
We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Taking the web, yeah, I gotta win. Watch this team now that knows they
That's a huge three. Step up and under. Count it. And then there were two. We are down to the finalists as we take a look at the referees for today's game. Edward Udiansky will be the crew chief. Joshua Bowe and Joe Hodgson will control the action. And we are underway in Birmingham. Will it be London or will it be Cheshire that hosts the trophy at the end of today?
Well, Todd, somebody asked me earlier, who have you got? I really don't know. I think this is going to be a fantastic game. I think Coach Ben Thomas made a great point about not giving London Lions second chance points. They had 50 points in the paint and 14 points yesterday in those second chance points.
Drew Lasker touched on this when he was talking with head coach Ben Thomas. What kind of game do you think the Cheshire Phoenix want to play?
Well, Ben also said he would hope that they shoot a better percentage at the three-point line. They missed their first shot, but I just think it's true, keeping true to themselves.
And a big game changer, X factor for the London Lions is that man, David Mwaba, just picked up a few weeks ago out of Los Angeles, California, with NBA experience with the Lakers, Bulls, Cavs, Nets, and Rockets. He's a different kind of player.
And didn't play yesterday, Todd.
Yep.
You know, a little banged up.
Oh, there's a guy that loves the deep range ball. Everyone thinks he's just a big man. In the paint, not so much. Skylar White, three-point specialist.
He was wonderful yesterday. 23 points. No doubt he's top of the three-point scout. That's a nice drive.
Dante Grantham getting in the mix as well. So up and down they go, and everyone's getting good looks across the board and hitting shots right and left, with Cam Holden now getting in on the action.
Well, just going back to the scouting report, there's no doubt that this team loves to shoot the three. You know, they're one of the top 2 teams that shoot a lot of threes. We're in a 3-point shootout right now, Todd. Sorry, go ahead.
Tariq Phillip now also notching a tray. We haven't even played 2 minutes, 7-6, and the action is fast and furious as LaQuincy Rideau gets right into it and stares down his defender.
Rideau was huge for me yesterday. He had 15 points, but he played fearlessly. He put his head down, got to the basket, finished, and had really the game winner of yesterday's game. They won by 1 point against Chester Riders, 92-91. That was a thriller. It had us out of our seats.
Absolute classic. Cam Holden picking up the foul there as we go under 8 minutes here in the first period. In the British Basketball League, 4 periods, 10 minutes apiece. Aaron Ryan now with a rebound, looking to run. Big rebound from Gabe Olasheni.
Huge. This is what I wanted to see, how they're going to stop Matt Morgan.
Oh, so quick. Pass just a little too much for Gabe Olasheni. And stepping on the line. Yeah, you saw that. E.J. Stevens stepped on the line, and Tariq Phillip wasn't going to let him just finish it. So
I like that. I really like it. Here it is. Skylar White doing what he does best, shooting the three. And then Cam having a go as well. And here goes another three. Tariq Phillip making it rain. We saw a dunk contest at Hart.
How about that?
Between the games. Well, we're having a 3-point contest right now.
Well, while you're watching those replays, little chirping taking place. LaQuincy Rideau getting involved with Tariq Phillip. Dante Grantham gave his piece. And we're back to playing ball. David Mwaba now. Inside to Olasheni. 3 white jerseys around him, and Olasheni able to get it in up off the glass.
He does his work so early, doesn't he? When you do your work early, it makes your offense very easy.
Holden now. Quick trigger from Skylar White, maybe a little too quick. And Phillip now into the front court. And Waba is just an NBA body. Olasheni thought he had an easy putback, knocked away. Aaron Ryan now.
He better make that, yep. With his tongue out on the other end.
Is he calling ice in the veins?
Ice in the veins, that's my favorite show-off move. I like it. He better make it. And he did.
And David Nwaba may be the pickup of the season for the London Lions, like they needed more firepower.
Wow. Phillip here. And Rideau going at it. I like it. That's a great battle between those two.
Yeah, Tariq Phillip picking up that foul. That is some quality ball right there. Tariq Phillip, the Brooklyn native out of New York, going toe-to-toe with LaQuincy Rideau out of West Palm Beach, Florida.
That's a heavyweight fight,
yes,
in my opinion. They both love it. They love the, you know, the light. Physical players.
This defense that London's playing, it's like a 3-2 with Olasheni up top, and Rye makes him pay. I'm just enjoying this pace.
Me too.
And Waba's shot was blocked initially, and he gets it back and goes right back to work for the 2.
The way he can distort his body, incredible.
Holden from that same spot just moments ago to 3. Look at that defense. And Waba right up on him. Holden driving, circus shot coming, and the foul's going to be called. They're going to get Gabe Olasheni on the foul.
Oh, that's Gabe's
Just
first one. Yep. He's all right. He's upset about it, though. Let's have a look. I think he has a point. He said he jumped into me, but as the offensive player, you do have, you know, just the benefit of doubt that you can create that space.
Gabe's letting the officials know
Yeah.
exactly
Puts
what
the
he did
pressure
right.
on the referees, yeah.
Holden steps up, knocks down the first. Cam Holden out of Georgia by way of Towson State in Maryland. Just a 50% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first, looking very clean.
Well told. And exciting. Exactly what I want for the
Yep.
first 5 minutes of the champion, the trophy final. Who's going to be the champion? I just don't know. I really don't know. I really enjoy both of these teams. I think they play very well as a unit. They've got different firepowers.
And after yesterday's semifinals, Azania, we are certainly in for a treat as these teams put on a show. Speaking of put on a show, Tariq Phillip is feeling it from beyond the arc.
He stepped up to the moment every single time. Big shot after big shot. And then look, he's right down in his defensive stance.
You got to wonder who's going to cool off first. Both teams off to a blistering pace shooting percentage-wise. And Waba comes over on the help. Quincy Rideau able to get it back in. This is some heroic ball right here. Grantham on the mismatch. Oh my goodness sakes!
I love it. I love it. He's the difference maker. You were right. Big pickup for London Lions.
Timeout on the court as David Nwaba gets all of Birmingham on their feet. Lions lead it by 1.
Well, David Nwaba says, welcome to the trophy final. Absolutely rocks the rim. Look at this, up high, slams it in. Love that for him.
There's something great about a dunk. something better about a dunk in traffic.
Yeah.
And he went right down Main Street and put it down two-hand style. That was a thing of beauty. 19-18, 4:08 to play here in the first period. 10-minute quarters in the British Basketball League, as this is the trophy final. Both these teams have earned their way by way of getting through their respective groups, and that was off the glass, so the bank must be open on a Sunday, as LaQuincy Rideau says, I'll take it.
Yeah, and they've changed the trophy format this year. Last
Yep.
year it was throughout the season. This year they put a pause on the regular season, and just January, they played all trophy games in 2 groups, didn't they?
Immediately saw Matt Morgan getting into Gabe Olasheni, saw a mismatch there, big Olasheni in there, he gets hammered. And how about this? What a start of the 11 threes taken. They hit 7 of 11 combined, this team. Like I was saying earlier, Azania, someone's got to cool off.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not, and especially Ben Thomas spoke about, can we please shoot a better percentage? Because there was one point, I think, they were real low, I think under 20% at the start of the game. Especially with a guy like Skylar White, who only really shoots threes, and that's what you're giving him the green light. But they've started off well, both teams very hot.
It was 7-11, I correct myself, 8 of 12 after that bank open. LaQuincy Rideau, he absolutely called glass on that three. Olasheni hits the second. 3:35 to go in the first. 1 point Cheshire lead. Back and forth they go. It has been a game of runs, Azania Stewart, and if the first period is any indication, we are in for an absolute classic here in Birmingham.
Well, the excitement is definitely in the building.
It's got to be a different thing for a big. I mean, you're a big, and Gabe Olasheni's got to go out there and guard beyond the arc.
Yeah, they've got to get it up. Good defense.
Yeah, Maceo Jack just could not get the shot up as Matt Morgan was all over him. Sticky defense.
Well, that was fantastic defense from Gabe Olasheni. He knew exactly what Skylar White wanted to do. Shoot the three, smothered him, and they got the shot clock violation.
This is why London is different. Their their third round of substitutions with 3:12 to play. They're bringing in Mo Salawati, bringing in Josh Sharma, and they're bringing in Luke Nelson off the bench.
Yeah, and all of those have all started at some point in this season.
JT left alone, thought about the three. Connor Morgan also, how did I forget him? He's checking into the game, brings another asset.
And I've really enjoyed Connor Morgan. I just think I've called him the silent assassin.
Somehow the ball ends up in the hands of Aaron Ryan. He knows exactly what to do with it. Great matchup down between Aaron Ryan and Connor Morgan. We'll see how that one plays out as they make the switch now. Ryan Nelson. Morgan goes to work, and he's going to draw the foul. Cameron Kristen just checked into the game for Cheshire.
Well, the Cheshire fans don't like it.
Yeah, Connor Morgan, I mean, he's a great outside shooter. Drew Lasker did a story on him earlier this season about how pure his shot is. Dad being a coach, it's fundamentally so sound. If his three's not going, he'll go down and do the work on the block. No problem.
And that's it. He's so strong down there. But also, I asked him in media day at the beginning of the season, I said, hey man, if your three isn't dropping for you, what do you go to? He said, you know what? My defense. I kind of see myself as a guy that can get the stop done. And I really like him for this team. The fact he's just solid. You know what you're going to get from him. And he's played wonderful basketball.
23-22. High arcing shot. Foul coming. Bodies falling. And those aren't just your average bodies falling. Those are some tall timbers falling in the woods.
It's a long way down. Let's have a look.
Oof. Good to see Connor Morgan pop right up. Cam Kristen now will go to the foul line. Young man out of Allen, Texas. Drew Lasker's neck of the woods. Former Grambling Tiger. He's had some big performances for Cheshire this year. You talked about it. Three-point shooting is their kind of go-to. Young man that can get 20 points and 5 rebounds for you on any given night.
Oh, that fan is stressed out.
It's the first period, ma'am.
I know. That was them yesterday at the end of the game. But you're right. Cam at the line. He's had a player of the game versus Plymouth. He had 26 points and 6 rebounds, and he was incredible in that win. Cheshire come 4-0 in the group stage.
Phoenix by 3. Connor Morgan now open, and that's trouble. If he starts heating up, that's trouble.
Well, we spoke about his three-point shot, didn't we?
Yep.
He loves it. He's a shooter, shoot. And it's always a good feeling when your first one goes in.
I always feel like it's so telling when a player gets scored on, as Cam Christian just did there on 3, feeling terrible, and they come back with a full head of steam. It's like, I know you're going to go right to the rack. If you just got scored on, you want to put one back in. It's just too easy to defend.
Yeah, it is. You're right about that. But sometimes it's just like you want to get your own back.
You want to get it back. Situation that played out there. Shot clock at 14, 1:48 to play in the first. Jordan Taylor comes away with it for the Lions. Talk about the passing ability of Luke Nelson with the ball. Good to have his sister in the studio. Nice pass underneath there. Connor Morgan was too deep in there, and he found Mo Solowati on the baseline. Mo started yesterday, coming off the bench today. Oh, Quincy making friends with the rim gods.
Mr. Rideau, seriously, I really like this mindset that he's in.
Josh Sharma thought he was being called for the foul, and it wasn't on him. He set a hard screen on Quincy Rideau. Watch this. But there's the foul.
On Ulf, hey?
Yeah, Sharma was already pleading his case.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. Not on you, Josh. Sharma coming off a tremendous performance. You talked about it yesterday. 19 points, 4 rebounds, critical points. And Connor Morgan, oh, is he giving the too small sign?
Too small. Connor Morgan, too strong. I like it. And that's the thing, is what his height and his strength gives him. You can really find the mismatch and utilize it.
Jack Hudson in for the Cheshire Phoenix. And on the drive, Cam Christian hits the deck. He'll go to the line. So if your threes aren't falling, try to penetrate and see if you can't get the line, if you can't get the bucket, or a 3 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and Morgan picks up that second foul, and he just looks at his bench and says, Coach Peter Bojic, please don't take me out. I'm fine, but he's got to be careful.
As a player, if you're feeling it like that, can't you kind of convey that to the coach somehow?
Yeah.
Leave me in. I'm seeing a giant bucket right now.
Yeah, but also it's the trust, you know, your coach and that bond between you guys. Trust me, coach, I'm fine. But he cannot afford to pick up that third. That would be huge going into the halftime with 3 fouls. It's a lot to manage in the second half.
Peter Bozic will just have to go to the bench and find another all-star to replace him.
Oh, yeah. But still, you know, it kind of just takes you out of your groove. You lose the aggression because you're afraid to pick up that third foul.
Kick out. Jordan Taylor was trying to get it back to Luke Nelson, and it's going to stay with London. Lions cracking out their fresh kit, this orange. Seen it for the first time this year. Saw it yesterday. I like it.
Little playoff orange.
Playoff orange.
Yeah, little trophy.
Alley-oop attempt into Connor Morgan, knocked away. And Nelson's going to bump Kristen, and the foul will be called. I'll tell you what, I know these guys are all in great shape. Cardio's not a problem, but I'm seeing a lot of guys grabbing their shorts, breathing heavy, because the pace has been hectic for this first 10.
You're right. It's been fast, hasn't it? It's been really up and down. Not one team has slowed the ball down to run a play. It's been a track meet, not a basketball game. That's for sure.
On pace for something close to 115 to 120, and that is a lot of running.
And I think that favors London Lions, in my opinion, because they've just got the depth that can run at that pace for 40 minutes.
Second one is good. That makes it 30-27. The Lions now playing for the final shot. Oh, Luke Nelson right down the lane, just a little too heavy off the glass. Final shot. They're going to wave it off as Maceo Jack thought he got it up in time. It is a 3-point lead for the Cheshire Phoenix over the London Lions. 3 more quarters to play before a trophy is handed out. Three-point lead for the Cheshire Phoenix as we start the second period. Earlier today, if you were with us, the London Lion women claiming the Betty Cadona Trophy. As Amy, you got 2 of those. Big moment for those women.
Yeah, it was huge. We got to just see them there in the clips. But for me, they played a wonderful team game. Well deserved.
Got the win over the Essex Rebels. That shot blocked away by Josh Sharman. Back come the Lions.
It's great defense.
Luke Nelson, he'll pull the trigger from 3 and hit.
And that's where he's huge. You know, that point guard presence. He had his eye on his post player, Josh Sharma, but just walked straight into that 3.
Jordan Taylor harassing LaQuincy Rideau. That's experience on experience. Maceo Jack now with the ball. Oh, got the contact and the separation from Josh Sharman. That's not easy to do. Sharman goes 7 feet tall.
I like that from Jack. Just that little shoulder dip to push him off balance. And like you said, create that separation.
Dante Grantham back in. And Grantham's going to get the foul charged as he was making the turn on E.J. Stevens.
Also, our problem is Dante Grantham. You know, he's so tall, he's long, he's lean, he's strong, plays the guard position, but then also can take that mismatch and post up.
Grantham's such a dangerous player at 6'8", former Clemson Tiger, also part of the OKC G League in the NBA. So Cheshire feels like they're kind of just hanging in this game, and they've got a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
London's just lurking around. David Nwabu, who had the highlight dunk in the first period, back into the game.
Oh, yeah, he's back hunting down the ball.
That one in and out, and the ball was knocked away. Sharma came over the top of Ulf, and the ball will stay with the Phoenix shot clock. Reset at 14.
Now, Gabe Olasheni will sub in for Josh Sharma, and that's where we always speak about the toy box, right? The pleasure of who do I put in? You know, Josh Sharma's been incredible, especially in yesterday's semi-final, and then you put in Gabe Olasheni.
I kind of feel like it's you going to the closet. What shoes do I wear?
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know, the Jimmy Choos, the Louboutins, and I mean, what am I going to go with? All-star lineup. And see the foul on the fast break.
And listen, we obviously gave player of the game yesterday to Sharma, but it was a great day for Gabe Olusheni. He had 80, he had a double-double. He had huge rebounds. Just Ovi Soko said it in the start of the show. Just, you know, a workhorse, took his time, doesn't show off.
Yeah, 18 and 15 boards. Olusheni absolutely went to work yesterday as they got the win over the defending trophy champion, Caledonia Gladiators. And I want to give credit again to both Caledonia and Leicester. Just getting to Birmingham was a huge deal. They played so hard and well-deserving, made great showings of themselves. Grantham with another 2. Where do you focus your defense when you're playing the London Lions? And that is a problem a lot of coaches have, trying to figure out that conundrum. Ooh, vicious defense as David Nwaba went up for the swat.
Wow,
They're going to give the foul to Nwaba. This was...
Yeah, he swatted this. Look, body's flying. Good idea.
Is that sending a message? If you bring that into the paint, this is what's waiting for you.
Yes, that sure is. Yeah,
Jordan Taylor will step out.
And then you go to Tariq Phillip, you know, great to greatness, and that's a great start from our man, JT.
Good crowd, too. I mean, how about the folks in Birmingham turning up all weekend long to see some great basketball from the league?
Yeah, and there's the Phoenix fans. They came in their orange.
Orange Crush.
Yeah.
Making big noise last night in Birmingham.
They were very nervous, though. They made us,
at the end of yesterday's game. Second one doesn't drop. And the orange jerseys of the London Lions converge on that rebound. Luke Nelson stays in the game. Gabe Olusheni also in as well. Tariq Phillip lost control of it momentarily, and he maintains. Back down to Olusheni. Oh, my goodness sakes.
Big dunk and put back, grabbed them. And that's what I'm talking about, his length. Nobody put a body on him, and he went up for the rebound.
Oh, and Luke Nelson's going to hate this. He got pulled into Cam Holden's world as Holden, watch this, with the left.
I love it. Put it up there, cocked it back, slammed it in. Screams, and I love Dante's energy that he brings. Hey, you know who we haven't spoken about?
Go.
Matt Morgan. I mean, we forgot about him for a second.
And he is coming into the game because Luke Nelson just picked up his second. I was just saying a moment ago, Cam Holden got kind of hung up in the air, nowhere to go with it, and says, you know what, I'm beyond the arc, why not just hoist it up?
Yep.
And Luke Nelson made contact with him.
Well, I think that's a smart idea. You know, you had nowhere to go, put it up on the rim, at least somebody could rebound it, but he lucked out and got the foul.
Cam Holden, a 50% free throw shooter. He'll have 2 more coming.
For me now, I would like to see how the Cheshire Phoenix are going to slow down Matt Morgan. They need to make sure they get back on defense because he is quick, Todd.
He's a game changer, and I've always heard great coaches say speed kills. You can't teach what he has in those legs because he can go from 0 to 60 so fast. Okay, maybe not 60, but he goes quick off a dime.
He's got a 5th gear.
Oh, my goodness. You blink, he's gone. All tied up at 34 as we come up on 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Hot pass coming across. And Nwaba just off the mark. Aaron Rye with the rebound. Rye steps back, says, you know what, I'll do it myself.
And you know what? At his own pace, right? Yeah. Real slow, methodical. That's how he plays. Just waited for Dante Grantham to step off of him to give him enough space.
Maceo Jack, I think, is going to get called for that one as Matt Morgan came flying through the lane.
Yeah, that's his first, so he can afford that foul.
Captain Jack with a heavily bandaged index finger there on his shooting hand. Aaron Rye says, you know, we have to body up Dante Grantham. Forces Grantham into the kick out. A shot off the mark, and Skylar White was just camped out waiting for it.
Great defense by Aaron Rye.
Such a smart player, Rye.
Jack in his favorite spot.
Skylar White keeps it alive. Right back to Jack. Give him 3.
Yeah, he loves that corner 3. Timeout from London Lions.
6:13 to play in the half, and it is Cheshire now with a 3-point lead. And head coach Peter Bosic has seen enough of the Orange crushing their fans.
Yeah, I think this is a great timeout to settle the boys.
Yeah.
Get them back in line. But what I do love is the energy of Cheshire Phoenix, Todd, just coming out, executing. But what they're also doing is hitting the boards. They're known for that. All 5 players usually, you know, crash the boards, give them second opportunities. And boy, Jack hits that 3 again in the corner.
Ben Thomas speaking with his troops.
Here it is. Wide open. I love it.
Maybe a heavily bandaged finger on his shooting hand, but it didn't seem to affect that shot at all.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Everyone doing their part. Ben Thomas talking with our Drew Lasker, saying they'd like to shoot a better 3-point percentage, but giving them the belief.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people thinking the Lions come into this thing, they are so good, as Ben Thomas dials something up.
Yeah, and he just talked about how lucky they are to be here, but enjoy the moment, but leave everything out on the court. And I definitely think in this first half, Phoenix have looked good, and they've done that.
They may not have the depth of the London Lions, but what the Cheshire Phoenix do have, a lot of really smart, high IQ basketball players that play at their own pace, like Aaron Ryan, Maceo Jack, LaQuincy Rideau. They'll go toe-to-toe with you. It's just a depth situation that the Lions usually can wear people down. But if Cheshire can play their game and play it for 40 minutes straight, could be looking at the champions in 2024.
And there's Ben Thomas, head coach. Has his guys in a great situation, but you know, you can't get too high, you can't get too low, just one possession at a time and just chip away.
Full court pressure coming from Cheshire, a little token to slow down the Lions. They get in their offensive set with 15 seconds to go. The speedster, Matt Morgan. And the pride of Cornell off the mark, but he is bumped. Just how fast he turns that corner. You got to have a secondary defender waiting for him, Azania, because he's going to get around the first.
I told you about that speed. And he loves that kind of running catch to get himself a running head start. And he's so good at that.
He's got to be in the conversation for season MVP, right?
Oh, 100% right at the top. Right at the top.
Okay.
I think... and he actually gave me a shout out on Instagram.
Come on.
Yeah, because our voices was over his highlight yesterday.
Did you pick up another 1 million followers?
Oh, I don't know about that. But I, you know, just love caught it and showed him some love. Because he flexed his muscles.
Yeah.
Remember that play? That was wonderful.
Coach Bosic talking with Jordan Taylor and Josh Sharma, saying, fellas, when you go back in, this is what I need you to do. 4-point Cheshire lead. Ball knocked away. Great block leads to good offense. And Waba tied up in midair, but it ends up in the hands of Grantham. And Waba had 3 white jerseys around, and somehow David does it right.
Wonderful. Just stuck around. Skylar White missed that catch.
Man.
Yeah, he's explosive, isn't he?
Get up in a hurry, no question about it. Maceo Jack, and they're going to get offensive on the push-off. Maceo Jack. Matt Morgan just letting them know exactly. How do you think I ended up on the ground? He didn't Allen Iverson me. Maceo Jack will have to step out, picking up his second foul. 5:12 to play in the first half.
That spike volleyball, and this is the dunk. 3 players around him.
Morgan with the ball again. Help defense was there that time to alter the shot. Rideau thought about it. Oh my. Tried to dip underneath Dante Grantham. Phillip now. Lining up a three. Bang.
He loves it. Puts the goggles on.
Conversations taking place underneath between LaQuincy Rideau and David Nwaba. Not happy the way that things are rolling. Timeout on the court. 41-40. 4:40 to play in the first half. You got a tight one in Birmingham. And this is, I'd say a little chippy. David Nwaba and LaQuincy Rideau getting to know each other a little bit better. Welcome to the league.
Yeah. And Rideau kind of complaining to the referee, saying, "You hit me in my mouth. Why is my lip bust and bleeding?" So definitely a physical game. We can see that, you know, they're talking trash.
Screens are getting a little harder set. Aaron Rye is going to check up against Nwaba. Give him the double fake. Oh, beautiful looking shot. And Rye's asking for a foul. Grantham. Olaseni takes the harm, can't get it to fall, and yes, they will call the foul on a delay.
Yeah.
No one's happy with the officials right now.
Well, he just took his time and didn't call it right on time, but that definitely was a foul. It was a slap down, and I could hear it. And the referees are just going to have to control the coaches here. Look at this. Takes a hit, and then he slaps him across the arm. No foul, but you can just see the referee in the back there takes his sweet time.
He might have thought what the referee with the better view was going to call it. Didn't call it, so he said there's definitely a foul there. Olaseni stepped to the line. Saying you touched on it earlier. A huge game for him yesterday. Workman-like attitude, 18 points, 15 boards. And let's not forget Petar Bosic's timeout talk.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout scolding of his players when they were down by 15 to Caledonia.
You're so right. I forgot about that.
He got fired up. Two-point ball game now. Lions on top. Under 4 to play in the first half. Championship of the Trophy Tournament, as the month of January belonged to the trophy here in the British Basketball League. Speed merchant Matt Morgan drives, takes the contact, and count it.
And slides all the way out of bounds with the muscles flexing. We know you hit the gym. Love it. Timeout. Phoenix needs to talk about it. Stop the bleeding. Just because you can feel this momentum going just towards London. They get that foul down on Gabe Olaseni, and then here and one from Matt Morgan.
It's going to be a quick 5-point swing as they were all evened up, and now Matt Morgan going to the line, and look how animated they are on the Lions bench. Well, coming up at the half, the best in the business will take you through the first half highlights. We check in now in the studio with Jeanette Quachi.
Wow, what a game. After yesterday, I didn't think I'd have the energy for it. But one thing for sure, these two teams have got plenty of energy. And Mike, what's caught your eye?
Well, definitely the three-point shooting is picked up. I think that they're finding rhythm from beyond the arc.
Absolutely. Over for yourself.
I feel like Aaron Ride, Quincy Rudeau, both of them guys have stepped up big time.
It's going to be a good one at halftime. So we'll see you then, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jeanette. Still 3:43 to play here. 4-point London lead. Ben Thomas, Azania's got to come up with something. He's got to slow down these Lions.
Oh, they don't need to hit the panic button. So down 4, but you can just see that momentum shift. They just need to calm down, make sure they execute a good look at the basket. And you don't want London Lions to start, getting on more of a run and heating up. But that's what basketball's about, right? It's a game of runs. Can you manage it? So bang, you put your timeout in, just calm, settle the storm.
Birmingham is certainly the epicenter of basketball in the UK this weekend as the trophy bowl, the men and the women, takes center stage here at Utilita Arena. Glad to be a part of it as the London Lions and the Cheshire Phoenix advance to the championship. Matt Morgan now at the line to complete the three-point play. Can't get it. So it stays 4 points, 3:40 to go. Let's see what Cheshire comes out with after that timeout. Ball knocked away, great defense by the Lions. And David Nwaba tries to save it, but it is whistled out of bounds. I'll tell you what, David Nwaba gets a few more weeks in the UK, gets over the jet lag, gets his legs settled.
I don't think he needs weeks.
Oh, man. He is an explosive player and just gives the Lions yet another.
Yeah, he has 11 points so far in this first half.
Chest.
Yeah. You know what? I love Coach Bozic. I just think he's such a sweet guy.
Yeah, not so much yesterday.
Not
Second
so much
period,
yesterday, but
his
just
players
always,
would disagree with you.
Most of the time, his demeanor is very laid back.
Quincy Rudeau got hung up in the air.
Here we go.
Hello, takeoff. Oh, and David Nwaba
twisted his ankle.
Hit something and lost his footing, and that leads to a Skylar White 3. And that was a scary situation as Nwaba went up. We saw him plant that foot ready for what would have been an explosive dunk, and his left foot.
Yeah, he was getting ready to give us a highlight dunk, but just unfortunately just twisted.
And that can be just a few drops of perspiration from the last free throw coming from Matt Morgan.
Yeah.
Guys standing around the...
Oh, he'll go see the physio. There's a great team on London Lions bench. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, look at our cameraman. Look at that. Thank you very much. Right in the action.
You ever had that happen to you? Full sprint, go to plant in the foot, and it just...
Yeah.
The shoe goes away because it's...
Well, not in full sprint.
Moisture.
Sometimes I'm just standing there and it just goes out, The age. But good to see him. Hopefully he can just walk that one off. Tighten up the shoes.
You want to get him back in there and let him run it off, or do you want to take him out and put some ice on it?
I just
play
don't...
doctor.
Yeah, I think you play doctor, and I think you just slow him down. It's not like you don't have a full bench. Just see how he feels, it'll be his decision.
Scary situation for him and the London Lions, so he will take a breather.
Yeah, and Mo Solowade will come in for him.
Connor Morgan's also coming back into the game.
I like this 5, actually.
This is really solid.
Yeah.
So Matt Morgan, Tariq Phillip, Mo Solowade, Connor Morgan, and Gabe Olasheni in for the Lions. Wow, beautiful passing, and Gabe Olasheni wide open on the lower block.
Well executed offense. That is beautiful basketball, Todd. Right on the money, but also it was the screening, that baseline screen to get Gabe Olasheni wide open. Fantastic.
Lions by 3.
Wow.
And that deep range 3 coming from E.J. Stevens, who got the start today. The young man out of Plantation, Florida.
He had the defense right under his chin.
Nice bounce pass inside to Olasheni. He's going to leave it short. Skylar White, last man to touch it.
Skylar just needs to grab that one. Just right out of the sky, you know? You need the sound effects for that rebound.
Matt Morgan will come out. Luke Nelson will come in. Josh Sharma will also come in, with Gabe Olasheni getting a seat with 2:22 to play in the first half before we hand it off to our halftime crew of Jeanette Kwachi, Ovi Soko, and Mike Tuck. Look at that. Oh, again. Kick. So they'll reset at 14. I'm telling you, Luke Nelson's bounce pass on that pick and roll, it's
Deadly.
Stockton Malone-esque.
Yeah.
They execute it so well. You might know it's coming, you just can't defend it.
Correct.
Phillip with time, goes down to Connor Morgan. Ball comes free. Aaron Ride comes away with it. Holden thought about the 3. Skylar White doesn't think about it. He shoots it. And it's Mo Solowati now with the ball. Under 2. Connor Morgan might have rushed that one just a little bit.
Yeah, and Aaron Rye doing a wonderful job on the boards, Todd.
Holden with the big fake to get the big man in the air. Skylar.
Jump ball, arrow possession, London Lions.
Yep. Good hustle there by Cam Holden as he got tied up. Are the London Lions arguing for a foul, or they got the possession? Like they were having words with the official about something. I'm like,
Always.
you got the ball. All right, Azania, final 90 seconds.
Yes.
1 point lead for London over Cheshire. What do you want to see?
Well, I think what's been working for them is, you know, they're executing plays. They're screening well for each other, getting wide open looks.
George Taylor had a good look. Sharma keeps it alive. It goes into the hands of Cam Holden. Back come the Phoenix. Holden with a full head of steam. Ball gets knocked free, and it goes the way of the Lions. 1 minute to play here in the half. And Luke Nelson is fouled on the drive.
Really physical game, isn't
Yeah.
it? People getting hit in the mouths. A lot of physicality out there, but I love the intensity from both of these teams. I knew this was going to be a wonderful, fantastic final. Both of these teams playing great basketball at this time of the year. And we've got ourselves a show.
Not to mention, we got a full half of the season still to go. The Lions came into this in the championship at 22-3, first atop the standings, and the Cheshire Phoenix at 12-8, third. So, as you pointed out, 2 of the 3 best teams in the league going at it here for the trophy. Nelson gets the second.
And also, Phoenix, I said in the group stage of 2 groups, were 4-0. They were playing with wonderful confidence, and they felt that, and you can see that that's trickled over into the semi-finals. You know, they had a big lead, kind of let up, but managed to get the dub. And then today, they've just come out with real presence.
Yeah, they had a great Group A run. They had a 3-point win over Caledonia, an 8-point win over Sheffield, a 42-point win over Surrey. I don't know if anyone saw that coming. And then they finished off the thing with a 28-point win over Plymouth. So consistency, they were there. They came in as one of the hottest teams in the league, and they certainly have shown it working their way into this final. Now, the situation is how do they handle London trailing by 2 with 56 seconds remaining in the first half?
No, I don't think, like I said, don't stress out too much. I think you've seen both these coaches right now, Ben Thomas and Bozic, really drawing up, being Picasso on their board, drawing board right now. They're doing a great job coaching these teams. I think also they're doing wonderful subbing in, keeping the bodies fresh. I think that's a big factor, especially they played yesterday, both of these teams. less than 24 hours to recover. There's not many times in the year that you play back-to-back games.
56.5 seconds to play in the first half. Ben Thomas, in his 7th year with the Cheshire Phoenix, would love to make amends for last year. Remember, they lost on that last-second shot to the Caledonia Gladiators in the championship. That ball is thrown away. What's Luke Nelson going to do with it? Morgan. Sharma knows exactly what to do with it.
And great passing, right? Conor Morgan could have shot that ball. He was wide open, gave up a good shot for a better shot.
Skylar White lets one fly. Jordan Taylor comes away with it. So Josh Sharma took him a while to get his first bucket, but he is on the board now. Remember yesterday, Josh Sharma, player of the game with 19 points and 4 rebounds in the win over Caledonia. Nelson's going to get called for the charge, and that is a big situation because Luke Nelson just picked up his 3rd.
Yeah, well done. White putting his body, sacrificing him, getting in front of Nelson. Nelson's going to be disappointed with that as he has to go to the bench. Here it is. White moving them feet, gets the hit, and a charge.
Skylar White, for a big man, he plays all over the court. It doesn't matter. He'll go beyond the arc. He does not care. Final shot. And just off the mark. So we go to half with the London Lions leading 49-45. And I think if you're Ben Thomas, Azania, you look at that and say, okay, there's work to be done, but we're still very closely in this game.
Yeah, I think he'll be really happy with that solid performance by them. But listen, basketball is a game of 2 halves. For me, always, how do you come out in that 3rd quarter is going to be crucial.
Cheshire had the lead after the first, 30-27. They trail by 4 at the half. One of the men responsible for that lead certainly has got to be Tariq Phillip, who's standing by with Drew Lasker.
Tariq, the crowd is engaged. Both teams feel locked in. What does it feel like out there on the floor?
It's a great atmosphere in here, man. You know, when you're playing for a trophy, it's going to be electric, and that's what it is right now.
9 points personally, all your work done from beyond the arc. What are you seeing from the Cheshire Phoenix defense?
They're going under my screens a lot. I'm just trusting my shot and my work, and shots is falling today.
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Appreciate you.
Let's head back to the studio.
Thank you very much, Drew. Well, Tariq Phillip there says trust in the shot. We'll be back with all that analysis right after this. Welcome back to Utilita Arena, Birmingham. We are in championship mode. The pace was set and it was a festival of 3-pointers. Cheshire and London taking it in turns to take the lead with some fierce plays. Arrested David Nwaba showing his pedigree head-to-head on points with the Quincy Rideau. But it became a question about who would sustain the pace and accuracy of the shots. Arguably, you could say the momentum ever so slightly with Cheshire, but London continuing to push through. Got a bit spiky at times, a little nasty as the tensions ran high. And we head into the half, 49-45 to London. It's a 4-point game. A 4-point game, but with some very impressive stats. And I'm going to chuck this straight to Mike Tutt. Would you look at that 3-point field goal percentage?
Oh, my gosh. They've really stepped it up on the 3-point department this evening. If you look at yesterday's game, they only shot 13% from three, only hitting 3 threes on the whole night. So they're already at 50%, doubling their work rate from yesterday. Can't forget about Cheshire Phoenix either. They're at 47%, doing most of their damage from behind the arc.
And that is what is making the difference here, Ovi. We are really seeing it.
I think that's definitely making a difference, but you can't understate the group effort that they've made at doing the things that they have to do to sort of make up for the absence of Chargois.
Yeah.
That's a big presence for them on the inside. And I was expecting to see the London Lions sort of dominating on the rebounds and on the interior. But they've done a good job actually out-rebounding the Lions, which has allowed them to get out in transition.
Okay, well, let's have a look at all that business that's happening outside the arc here. Skylar White, a huge 3-pointer. We were screaming in the studio. But who knew it would be a festival of 3-pointers, Mike Tuck?
Yeah, and that's the thing with the matchups here. You know, Gable Aseni having to close out onto Skylar White there. Huge shot from him, but then can't forget about the Lions as well. Tariq Phillips knocking out 3-pointers already. There's another one from Rye. Good in here, giving way too much space. The 3-pointers are flying. You know, these baskets probably only get played on once or twice a year, so they've been sitting in storage. Yesterday, they need to get the dust knocked off them. Today, everybody is on fire, and it's great to see. You know, this is exactly what we want in a final. We want high shooting percentages. We want the 3-pointers. We want the dunks, and this is a game where we've had all of that.
Yeah, and shout out to the graphics team for making those 3-pointers look like comets going into the net. But this is what we're seeing, and we are seeing something in David Nwaba. Well, like, a lot of people will be introduced to him today and previous, but what a player. He's really showing out.
Incredible pickup for the London Lions, and he's someone who came in really, really focused. Here you see him finding Gabe down on the inside. But, you know, you talk about the pedigree of players that the London Lions bring in, and this sort of shows you right here. You know, he stays with it, just the strength, and things that you really can't teach. You know, here another highlight play showing he's a man amongst boys, but then he's got the outside touch. I mean, just a really big-time talent, big-time athlete. And here you see absolute highlight play of the game, maybe. In that massive, you know, Space Jam-like dunk.
But just towards the end here, Mike Tuck, we could just see a bit of a slip and a little bit of a pull-up where he had to kind of sit out on the sidelines there. Hopefully nothing too serious.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary moment there. Got out on the break, and it looked like his knee kind of locked up. So watched him on the bench. He was getting some treatment from their physio, and seems like he's okay. So hopefully we'll see him back in the second half.
Hopefully we will see him back. Well, somebody we will see is LaQuincy Rideau. What a man, what a game he's having as well at the moment, OV.
LaQuincy is staring these giants eye to eye. You know, we speak about him being able to do so much here, getting downhill, again, not backing away from the sides of the London Lions. Nwaba, we talked about his athleticism. They're taking it straight to him, and then taking it to the man in the middle, taking it to Big Josh Sharma. A lot of guards, they shy away from the paint. But, you know, LaQuincy, he is an absolute competitor, and we're seeing that tonight.
We are seeing that tonight. We're seeing a lot today in this trophy final, and it is halftime live from the Utilita Arena in Birmingham. The score is London 49, Cheshire 45. We'll be back with the second half right after this. Welcome back to the British Basketball League Trophy Final, live from the Utilita Arena, Birmingham. Whether you're watching in the UK or the USA, it is half-time in this epic final between the London Lions and the Cheshire Phoenix. The score, 49-45 to London. And these finals have a bit of a habit of going to the wire. And last year's final between Caledonia and today's finalist, Cheshire Phoenix, could not have been closer. This is what happened.
There was a play before it where if they missed it, we didn't have a timeout. We already knew what play we were going to run, but we happened to have a timeout. We knew that David Sloan would be on the wing, that Jamel Anderson would be denying him. After that, I said to David to make a play. David Sloan gets downhill, manages to kick out to open Prince. Prince makes a great play, finds David Sloan in the corner, wide open. If he makes it, we win. If he misses, we go overtime. My memory was I was on the sideline and I see the shot go up. And I saw the rotation on the ball, it looked good. Sometimes you see the ball and you're like, oh, that's off to the left. But no, the ball looked perfect, like the way it was spinning, the way it slowed down. As soon as the shot goes in, it's like you see me sprinting on the court. I was like happy, obviously, but it was more of a relief. Like all these fans come out to watch us. It's a huge opportunity for the club. To win the trophy like that, it's like a whole different emotion, a whole another level of excitement. The guys were running on the court, and myself running the court, grabbing, hugging, all that type of stuff. But for waiting for 20 years to win a trophy for the team, it's perfect.
Wow, all the goosebumps, all the feels, and what a final that was, Mike Tuck.
Oh my! Watching that video right there just brought back memories. I was getting goosebumps. I was there. I was on the baseline. I had the view of it, and I remember watching the ball go through the net. Yeah. Princeton Anwas walking towards me, like tears in his eyes, and just thousands of Scots just blowing the roof off the Emirates Arena. Scotland forever.
You make it sound so poetic. And Ovi, honestly though, on the buzzer, what is that like, winning or losing on the buzzer?
I mean, it's incredible. Last time I remember, the year was, 2011. I was down in Southern Miss with my teammates, UAB. Shout out to Preston. He hit a buzzer beater and we won the conference championship. And I mean, it's an unreal feeling.
Yeah, it must feel so incredible. Hopefully today we avoid the buzzer beaters, especially after yesterday. My heart can't quite take it. But let's hand down now to Drew. He's with Coach Petar Bozic.
Coach, not much separation. Only 20 minutes to go. What was discussed in the locker room?
I mean, great basketball. Definitely first quarter where we give up 30 points, a lot of easy threes. Second quarter, much better. So we got to take some of that second quarter and translate to the second half.
Are we going to see Nwaba in the second half?
Yes. Yeah.
Healthy, ready to go. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Well, there's your answer. Nwaba's absolutely fine, according to Coach. And what needs to happen in this second half to maybe stretch this lead for London?
I think London needs to just turn it up another level. They've got the depth. They've been shooting the ball really well beyond the three. I think now defensively we saw a little bit better. Tighten up the screws in that second quarter. Yeah. Let's take up to another level on the defensive end.
And for Cheshire as well?
Cheshire keep on getting downhill. I think if London can't take control of this in the third, I got Cheshire going into the fourth. I got Cheshire.
You got Cheshire. Well, it's a game, a 4-point game. The London Lions edging the Cheshire Phoenix just. We can hand back to your commentators, Todd Harris and Azania Stewart, for the second half.
Thank you, Jeanette. And we saw a great sight just moments ago while you were talking in the studio. David Nwaba came out for halftime warm-up and came sprinting out of the tunnel, did a full length of the court, stopped, sprinted back to half, and looked at the trainer and basically said, I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's always a lovely sight to see.
Good question, though, that Drew had to ask head coach Petar Bozic as we get underway here in the second half, 49-45. 10-minute quarters. LaQuincy Rideau is not going to get an easier shot than that. And I think Gable Osheni was expecting a switch there that never came.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hesitation by Rideau. And also by that interview, sounds like Coach Bozic is losing his voice.
Just a little bit. 2 big games in a row, as Jeanette said. Hart can take another game like we saw yesterday, and Matt Morgan got himself up in the air and tried to fool it like it was a pass to himself. Can't do that.
And he knows it. Well, Cheshire get the score and the turnover. good start to the third quarter. 30 seconds in.
You get the feeling that the longer Cheshire hangs around, the longer that Cheshire keeps the pressure on London, they'll keep believing that, you know what, we did it yesterday, why can't we do it again today?
Hey, that's a great point.
Skylar White off the mark. I just have a feeling that Cheshire, they want this to come down to a final shot. They would love to have an opportunity to redeem what happened last year. Skylar White is fired up. Aaron Wright, great matchup with David Nwaba. Excellent defense. They're going to run. Nwaba tests out that knee, seems to be okay, takes some contact. Any changes? Do you think Coach Bosic is going to do anything, not crazy like yesterday, going with the 4-guard rotation, but do you think he needs to make any kind of tweaks to get some separation so this game does not come down to a final shot?
Oh, those out of bounds. He just talked about he didn't like how many threes Cheshire had shot and made.
But you're going to get that when you play Cheshire, right?
Oh, for sure. That's a great point, but there's no point not bringing that up in the locker room just to make sure that that's the key, because right now they shot 18 threes though, 8 from 18, 44%. And Skylar White is, you know, he loves to shoot the three. I think it's 2 from 7 right now.
Shot clock at 8. And Nwaba, no problem with elevation. Tightly defended, he's still able to get to the rim to lay it in.
I like this play that Cheshire have. They like flap their wings like the phoenix that they are. That's the name of the call.
Skylar White just dead as it hits the back heel of the rim. And Nwaba,
I think he just keeps going for these big time plays, you know.
Knockout threes.
Yeah, knockout threes. Share the ball. Maybe, you know, get something inside. And that's why I think Rideau is kind of having a little chat with him. But that's what he's here for, this team, right? Shoot or shoot.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you just kind of get a little bit cold, move the ball, find something else. Maybe up fake, go into a little short range jumper.
51-47, second half of play here. This wraps up the trophy tournament in the month of January in the British Basketball League. Skylar White's not afraid to keep pulling the trigger, and he gets the results like that. Coach Ben Thomas will love for him to keep shooting.
Wow, January has been great, hasn't it? The trophy, just been excitement, some wonderful games.
Ooh, and they're going to get Gabe Olasheni as LaQuincy Rideau gets tied up with the tallest man on the court.
And that will be his second foul. They're saying he brought Rideau down. Let's have a look. We get the pleasure.
You're a big. I mean,
I'm upset.
You get a guard hooking his knee into you like that. What do you got? You got to let him go?
Yeah.
Aaron Wright had a good look at it. Can't get it to drop. Skylar White down below. And he's getting a call for the travel.
Yep.
Kind of strange seeing Skylar White down there so low. Usually seen him outside in the arc on the offensive possession. 1-point ball game, 7 minutes to play in the third. This is all setting up nicely for a great finale and 10 minutes in the fourth. 17 minutes of ball.
Great.
Phillip off the mark. Stevens quickly out of the backcourt, going down to Holden. And Tariq Phillip on him.
Yeah, saying, what you got, talking to him.
Yeah, they go at it and then
they
do. Tap each other. Good D. Well done.
Yeah, I like that talk. Phillip, as he's guarding him, saying, what you got? What you got, bro?
That's straight up Brooklyn ball right there.
No.
Tariq Phillip, just a great story.
Oh, lots of talking right now.
Yeah.
Grantham and White.
Dante Grantham and Skylar White in the mix.
Double technical, maybe. Yeah, double technical.
Probably a smart call. I'd agree with that.
I like it.
Yeah. Settle the boys down.
Yep. Boys will be boys. Here it is. It's a little barge and a bump. Thank you, cameraman, to catch exactly what happened. And then they're talking. Good refereeing. Settle them down and let them know that they've got it under control.
Skylar White trying to give the shake and bake to Gabe Olasheni, and his shot comes up short. Here comes Grantham. And Waba driving the lane, ball knocked away, and he's going to be called for the foul. He gets tangled up with LaQuincy Rideau.
Wonderful defense.
A little bit of frustration for David and Waba.
Yes, frustration, and I was just going to say that that's what Phoenix are causing London to feel. And I like it. I like the energy.
Yeah.
And you know what? The referee has given a whole circle, and the bench and the floor, there's a technical warning. The referees are taking control of this game.
And somehow LaQuincy Rideau finds himself at the line shooting.
Well, London Lions now also see themselves with 4 team fouls. So the next foul, they will be going to the free throw line. So if I'm Phoenix,
go at him.
Go at him. I'm going to be aggressive every single time. I'm not settling for the three-point shot. I'm driving, putting pressure on the referees to call that foul and get to the free throw line.
All even at 51 as we come up on 6 minutes to play in the third here in Birmingham. Phillip tangled in the air, and LaQuincy Rideau going to be called for the reach.
Wow, that's only Rideau's second foul.
Yeah. And only the second team foul. So to your point, we'll see what happens and where Cheshire decides to attack. Nice pass. Olasheni kind of short on, but I think he was expecting not to be so wide open. Tariq Phillip trying to draw another foul. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Cheshire.
I don't know about Utah, but I'm enjoying
There's a certain level of intensity in the building, isn't there? It's like something's about to happen.
Yep, you can feel it. It's boiling.
Aaron Wright packed it. Euro step Canadian style. And how about this? With 5:37 to play in the third, the Phoenix are rising once again, up by 2.
It's time to welcome back to the floor with the British Basketball League.
Well, coming up in the month of March, the party continues on the British Basketball League. It is the All-Star Game. You definitely don't want to miss that.
The game of basketball requires a high level of concentration, advanced physical skills, and a deep knowledge of strategy.
It's also an unbeatable fun. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing beats unbeatable basketball. Get it, boys. Nothing beats high-flying dunks. Nothing beats three-pointer from deep. Wow. Woo. Nice. Nothing beats selecting your favourite players from the north and south. Nothing beats the best basketball entertainment. Watching the UK's best ballers, the sickest skills in the UK. It's the All-Star Game, baby. Unbeatable All-Stars. March 17th, London Copperbox. Woo!
Oh, the box will be the place to be on March 17th. Azina, I know you and I are both looking forward to that one. It is going to be awesome. What's more difficult for Ovi Soko? Picking his all-stars and not putting all the London Lions on it, or which cufflinks to wear?
Yes, well,
Big challenge.
He's got 2 sets of cufflinks, but he has 3, I think, London Lions in his lineup.
A lot of talent to choose from. Dante Grantham buries that shot right in front of the Cheshire bench and fans, and that'll get them fired up. (54-53), 5 minutes to play in the third.
Shot clock issue.
Yeah. Shot clock showing 18, and it should be well below that with 4:57 to play. We're gonna have to go back and take a look at this. You talk about the composure of Cheshire, and they're hanging around. Everyone thought London was gonna go right through them, and they're hanging around. This is going to be very interesting as they sort out this problem with the shot clock. We'll step aside, take a break. London Lions clinging to a 1-point lead with under 5 to play in the third. Welcome back to Birmingham as we close out the trophy competition here in January. Todd Harris alongside Isania Stewart. She's won 2 of these, by the way. Yesterday, the London Lions, when they got themselves in trouble, they got down in double digits. They're not there right now, but they turned to someone. They turned to one player that sparked them. That was Josh Sharma. Who does it for him today?
I think they go to Dante Grantham. He's 4 from 4 from the floor. He has 9 points, and then with that 3-point shot, he's perfect from the floor. I think they go with him.
Dante Grantham has certainly been a spark for them as the Cheshire Phoenix trying to get themselves in a situation where they can make a good run in the fourth. Remember, we're talking about depth. Cheshire doesn't have the same depth that London has, but what they do have are some very smart, very savvy players capable of making huge buckets. Inside pass coming from Connor Morgan goes awry, and it ends up in the hands of Aaron Wright.
And another stop for Cheshire.
Look at that. LaQuincy Rideau goes right at the much bigger Connor Morgan. Morgan not wanting to pick up another foul, has to back off. Rideau hangs in the air long enough to get separation and the bucket.
Yeah, 14 points for Rideau. They get another stop. Here they come.
They've got numbers. Holden. Skylar wide, and he came off his feet. And that's a great hustle play by Connor Morgan to get back in it. You like the call?
I felt like he had his feet down, like he faked it. But he didn't know that defender was coming from behind. But good job, like you said, Connor Morgan. There he is again, just working hard. He fell over on the offense and then ran back. Calls the turnover.
1 point Phoenix lead, 3:52. Beautiful back cut. David Mwaba had contact as he elevated. No fouls called. Still able to put it up and over the rim.
Lovely pass though by Morgan.
Yep.
And like you said, especially you love those passes that just lead you straight to the bucket. You don't have to worry about anything.
Shot clock at 4. Rideau lets it fly. And a nice putback. Well done by Cam Holden, knowing that it was going to be a tough shot with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And Waba leaves it for Morgan. Kicks it back to Grantham. He's short. And Matt Morgan's going to be called for a foul away from the ball. 1 point Cheshire lead, 3:04 to play in the third. Azania, you know when everything just kind of comes together?
Yeah.
The fourth quarter is going to be
I don't
special.
know. Can
Deep
our
breaths.
hearts take it?
Deep breaths. Morgan called for the foul on Holden.
Jeanette in the studio talked about her heart was
Yeah.
racing yesterday, especially in that last game versus the Riders and Phoenix. Going back and forth, and I think we're going to have ourselves the same situation here. But what I just want to pick out real quick, Todd, is Aaron Rye on the boards, has 7 rebounds right now. He's doing so well, crashing, especially on the defensive boards.
2-point ball game, under 3 to play in the third. Nelson's checked back in. His pass intercepted. And a great job by Cameron Kristen, not only to get the bucket, but not to get swatted. Morgan's pass picked off by Rye, and there's going to be a foul call.
Unsportsmanlike foul.
Yep.
It's the right decision.
You saw the signal go up almost immediately.
And Aaron Rye, that should have been the unsportsman foul there. And then Conor Morgan, and that means when there's the signal, when they grab their wrist in a fist form, means they didn't make a safe play at the basketball.
Just want to clarify, it was grabbing the wrist, not tapping the wrist. That would be the Damian Lillard Dame time. This was grabbing the wrist.
Thanks for that.
Cam Kristen, though, will go to the line. He'll shoot the free throw, and then they will maintain possession. Tough stretch for Conor Morgan as he had the turnover and then the foul. Kristen hits the first. See the Lions starting to look up at the scoreboard a lot more than they were, and starting to sense that, hey, fellas.
But for me, it's the defense.
Oh, fantastic.
For Cheshire, running through passing lanes. Aaron Rye was exactly where he needed to be, but then they're turning on the Jets. As soon as they get the turnover, they're ramming it down London Lions' neck and putting it on them on the offensive way. There's a 7-0 run there. There it is.
6-point lead, and Wava and Dante Grantham will take a lead. Josh Sharma checking into the gate. Jordan Taylor also on with Luke Nelson and Mo Solowade. Conor Morgan stays on as well.
I was wondering how long they were going to leave Josh Sharma or Gabe Olusheni out. They've been out for a while. They went small ball.
And that's offensive. As LaQuincy Rideau went right at JT Jordan Taylor, the captain of the London Lions.
That's Rideau's third foul now, so I do think, Coach Ben Thomas goes to the bench and brings in Maceo Jack.
Boy, this is a moment where if you're a Cheshire fan, you hope Maceo Jack gets that shooting touch back in the hand.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Talked about the spark for the Lions. Who's going to be the spark for Cheshire right now, or are they going to share the responsibility?
I kind of think with Skylar White out now, they will move the ball more, get a longer offensive play.
Morgan, partially blocked. Aaron Rye now. Head up, full head of steam, Euro step, finger roll.
Could have been a foul.
Conor Morgan cleans up the mess. This is such a great game. Jordan Taylor thought he got fouled.
They got numbers. They won it.
Aaron Rye, brave man, goes right at Josh Sharma. It was blocked, but the foul is called.
Technical.
And a tee's coming.
Well, some nice, hard Serbian words being said, and referees will not have that. And I think the referees have done a wonderful job controlling. This is a game that's got chippy. You know, the guys are talking their talk. It's been physical, and they've done a really good job just managing the game.
I don't know what the magic Serbian word is, and I'm not going to ask you to say it on air, but I'm sure it was something more than I did not like that call, sir. Now Rye goes to the line, and he'll shoot 2. So with 1:50 to play in the third,
Do you know
opportunity to push this up to 9.
Todd, it's been the defense for Cheshire. You know, they've been solid, really making it difficult. At times, London Lions haven't even had a shot or a good look at the basket, but then they're off to the races. I really do think this style of play has benefited them.
How about this? 1:50 to play, and it's Phoenix up by 9.
Yeah.
Cheshire looking to make amends as they missed out last year on a last-second shot.
Yeah, that's from their 10-0 run, I told you, from their defense. Can London Lions stop the bleeding?
Almost another turnover. Jordan Taylor handles it, hops through the middle, and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line, stopping the clock with 1:31 to play. Where is the spark going to come for the Lions if they're going to respond here at the end of the third and into the fourth?
Oh, there's no need to panic. I like this little crossover. Stutter step, big steps in, and a foul. You know, we saw them yesterday. They were down 15 at a point. You asked me, when do you hit the panic button? I said 3 minutes in the fourth. You just got to chip away. But what you do need to do is hit your free throws, Mr. JT. He's not going to be happy with that. What's his percentage, Todd?
71.
I knew you would know.
Misses them both. That's going to make the percentage drop a bit more. So it stays at a 9-point lead for Cheshire, and Mo Solowati picking up another foul.
What the difference is now, Mo Solowati pleads his case, but it doesn't matter. The foul's been called, and there's the foul count. A lot of guys in a bit of foul trouble, but they're over the team limit foul count. So for this next minute and 24 seconds, Todd, Phoenix will go to the free throw line every time.
Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know anyone that saw this coming.
I did.
At the end of the third, you thought Cheshire would have an 11-point lead.
No, I didn't think they were 11-point lead. I'm not that.
I was going to say,
see that
I'm sitting
ahead.
next to Notre Dame if that's the case.
No, but I just knew they were going to give them a run for their money. They're one of my, they're my favorite team in the league right now.
That's coming from a former London Lion. Luke Nelson gets a shot in the paint, can't get it to fall. Aaron Rye, again, in the mix with the ball. Good things happen for Cheshire when Aaron Rye is controlling the rock. Holden drives the lane, puts up a bit of a floater, and I don't know if he was looking for an alley-oop there, but he was well short. Final 45. JT missed his foul shot, but he buries that one.
In rhythm. Smooth.
Taylor on Rye. Rye directing the traffic where he wants the screen. Spinning back and forth. Now he's got the one-on-one isolation with Sharma. Raises up and fires. Mo Solowati comes away with it. Final 17 seconds now. London can close this down to 7 with a 2, 6 with a 3.
I think I know this play. It might be a little alley-oop back pick.
JT for 3. Is it going to be Jordan Taylor's fourth quarter? 67-61. Phoenix on top by 6, but the Lions are roaring. 6-point ball game entering the fourth, and Jordan Taylor accounting for the final 5 points for the London Lions as they were down 11. They are now down by 6. Todd Harris, Azania Stewart, Drew Lasker with you for the final 10 minutes of the Trophy Championship. Cheshire running up last year. London missed out. Here's London with a loaded squad, Azania, and they find themselves in a bit of a hole.
And that's what you need. Wow. The Lord Nelson comes out. Lovely finish with the left-hand layup. Good start from them. But we're going to have, I think, a great, we called it a little punching match to hear. Hajat in arena called it pound for pound, punch to punch.
Big showdown. David Nwaba now with Dante Grantham on the wing. And Nwaba's going to go right at the defender, Cameron Kristen, and a hard foul from Kristen. No harm, no foul. Didn't mean anything. Trying to sell the fact that he wasn't trying to do a
good foul.
Yeah. Good hard foul.
A good hard foul, but what he does is he attacks the ball. If he attacks anywhere else but the ball, then the referees are going to make a different decision.
So that'll send David Nwaba to the line. Didn't play yesterday. Came on strong today. Averaging 20 points for the Lions in his limited use so far this season. Just coming over from the U.S., graduate of Cal Poly. And the 56% free throw shooter has issues on the first. Hits the second.
London Lions leaving some points out there.
Yep.
8 from 14 from the line.
But it's back to a 3-point game. I mean, that's how quick London, they find a way. And Nwaba's going to get called for the foul, picking up his third.
I like that from Holden.
Yeah, why not?
Backing down, going straight at the rim. You know, and he had his hands full yesterday. He had Teddy Allen.
He goes from Teddy Allen to David Nwaba.
Yeah, huge. And he did a really good job, even though Teddy Allen, you know,
Teddy Allen's going to get his.
Got his buckets, but just made it difficult for him. And I really enjoyed that defensive battle for him.
Ben Thomas has done a fantastic job as the head coach of the Cheshire Phoenix. With a thinner bench than across the way in the London Lions, and the Orange Crush fans, they are making their voices heard here in Utility Arena in Birmingham. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Jordan Taylor, pure.
You know what? That's his spot. We've seen him hit that exact same shot to put London Lions into overtime games. He loves this left side at the 3-point line.
Remember I asked you who was going to be the spark for the London Lions, and if I'd have told you the wily veteran, the captain, JT, is going to hit back-to-back threes and a 2. He's gone on an 8-0 run for the Lions, and it sparks the rest of the team. Why not? Why not?
We love it, Jordan Taylor. You flex, you go ahead, you talk your talk. Incredible. He's gone on his own little run by himself. He said, don't worry, London Lions, I'll do it.
He needs to put the TV career on hold because someone's got to let Jordan Taylor cook.
Wow. He's got his own little highlight reel. Walk straight into this. And in rhythm, that one rattles in.
Timeout on the court, 70-67. London now on top by 3 as we check in with Drew Lasker.
Jimmy, first of all, congratulations. What does it feel like to be back home?
It feels amazing. And just being in a stadium like this, seeing it full packed with British fans, is something I've never seen before. And so the vibe, the energy is just palpable.
And we got a chance to see you celebrate earlier. We got a tight one here. How do you see this one finishing up?
We're great down the stretch. I know my guys, we focused up, laser focused, especially in the fourth quarter. So we good.
Finally, just touch on that moment with you and your coach, who was your former teammate.
Yes. I feel so blessed to be able to have her, to still be working with her. When she said she was retiring, she said, we're going to work together one day. I'm going to coach you one day. So that's always been a goal for us, and I'm so glad we were able to do it.
Timmy, welcome back home.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Back over to you, Todd.
Thank you, Drew. And Temi Fagbenle with a big performance earlier today as the London Lions women's team wins the Betty Cardona Trophy and the title. She was a big part of that. Such a talent as LaQuincy Rideau answers back after it was the Jordan Taylor show.
Yeah, I like that for Rideau. He just has that split second that he just hangs in the air. But it's the first hit that gives him that space.
Josh Sharma underneath, blocked from behind by Aaron Rye. How about Temi Fagbenle? Her game is so solid across the board. And you played with her, you know how good she is. That London Lions team against Essex was just not going to be denied.
Well, it's her finesse and it's her touch around the basket, but also what she's added to her game is the three-point shot. She's able to stretch the floor, but she's strong. She's long and lean, and she runs the floor very well also.
Officials get everything in order. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Luke Nelson. Nelson pulls the trigger. Can't get it to fall. Here comes LaQuincy Rideau. 7:45. Kristen on the drive. Hangs in the air and puts it in. Did a great job of getting around Sharma. And then David Mwaba tried to close out on the defensive end.
Yeah, Josh Sharma flying at him. That's a great finish. They're up one.
Grantham. I don't know if there's anyone's number I'd be calling other than number 1 for the Lions right now. Aaron Rye keeps it alive for Cheshire.
Rideau takes that breath.
LaQuincy thought about going straight up. Tries to draw the foul up and under, and somehow at 6'1", LaQuincy Rideau gets the shot to fall.
This is wonderful British basketball, Todd. I'm here for the show. Rideau in the corner, took the breath, took his time, took the baseline. Look at this, Josh Sharma on his back against David, and Dante Grantham in the air. And the finish. Wow, look at that.
3 London Lions took a swipe at it, and none of them could get a paw on it. And LaQuincy Rideau has Cheshire now up by 3.
And that lady with the baby. She said, don't worry. Keep a hand on the baby. Here goes Ben Thomas. I just think for both teams, you know, at 6 minutes 59, there's the stat line. Rideau, 18 points. And Aaron Ryan with 14, and there's the rest. But wow, I just can't believe it. I'm so happy with the intensity. I like the quality of basketball. Also, nobody's backing down from anyone.
Yeah, I love that graphic that just came up. It showed the balanced scoring, double figures across for those 4 players. Sharing the ball, we talk about all the time. Sharing is carrying that San Antonio Spurs mentality of kick the ball around for a better shot.
Yeah, and I've heard Ben Thomas, coach, talk about, you know, we've had multiple guys with 17-plus points. Every guy goes off. Even in the group stage for Cheshire, they had 4 different guys every game be the player of the game. They don't have that one particular person. They rely on team basketball, and that's what's got them this 3-point lead right now.
Maceo Jack now into the game. Skylar White as well as Aaron Rye, Kristen, and LaQuincy Rideau. Under 7 minutes to play. The trophy on the line. Cheshire by 3. Taylor gets his own rebound. Tariq Phillip just... that ball rims out. Looked like it was halfway down. This is a absolute heavyweight fight with 6:30 to play. Rideau, he'll Euro step his way in. He gets tangled up, and Olasheni, who just checked in, picks up a foul.
And you know what? He really baits the defense into this, right? Look, hesitation, then he slows down, then he waits. He gets hit by multiple guys. He really lures the defense in to, you know, hit him.
You know, a lot of guys take ice baths after games just to bring the swelling down. He's got to take an ice bath just for all the shots he's taken. I mean, he's hit the deck countless times.
There's no doubt that he'll be sore tomorrow. 2 games like this in a row.
Quincy redonkulous. The way he's hit the deck so many times here in Birmingham. He wants to get out of town. He's like, they put me on the deck more times than I care to remember.
There you go, makes the second.
Whoa. There you go. Part of the Orange Crush army that made the trip here from Cheshire. See how London responds. Double team coming on Olasheni. David Mwaba. Grantham. Again, another close shot that looked like it was going to go down. First it was Tariq Phillip and then Dante Grantham with a beautiful look at a 3. Look at this, they switched up and put David Mwaba on LaQuincy Rideau. Captain Jack. And Mwaba set to take off, and he gets it.
Travel.
And the travel. We've seen a lot of great Euro steps. And the official says that was too much Euro stepping.
Let's have a look. Well, it was before that. It was before that highlight part. And all of Cheshire's Phoenix bench did the dance move of travel.
70-74, Phoenix with the lead, 5:18. Skylar White doing his best up and over. He gets the foul.
These free throws are really important now. This last 5 minutes. What's his percentage, Todd?
Skylar White?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Skylar White checks in with a free throw percentage of 80%, so not a bad guy to have going to the line for the 6'8" forward out of Seattle, Washington.
And Olasheni there gets another foul. With 4 fouls. I just think he needs to just keep that arm up and let him score over him, you know. But he makes that big swiping motion. It's easy for the referees to call a foul.
Good point. It's a 5-point game now. Had a lead of 11. Then they lost the lead completely. Now it's back up to 5. LaQuincy Rideau on the bump.
Rideau's 4th.
Yeah, do you take him out or you leave him in?
I think you leave him in.
Let him ride it out, say be smart?
Yep.
He's definitely someone you're going to want to have on the court if it comes down to a last shot.
You know, maybe if I was coach, I would take him out for
maybe
just
for a minute.
Yeah.
So Ben Thomas decides to leave him in. 5 minutes to play. Connor Morgan, big head fake, backs it out. It's just not his night for shooting. Still has some redemption opportunities coming up with still 4:50 to play, but it's a 5-point Cheshire lead here in the championship.
A little stagnant for me, Phoenix.
That's why you leave him in. Good call, Ben Thomas.
Well, he's in his bag. You can see the energy jumping up and down. They were just all standing around, but they can when you've got that man on your team.
And that breaks a huge drought, some 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Up and down.
Big finish, gave Jack the look, threw it up on the plate for him.
Azania, it only counts for 2, but that has the fans on their feet and the momentum clearly in the corner of Cheshire as Skylar White commits the foul, trying to slow down the speedy Matt Morgan.
3 fouls on on White.
So Rideau's 4 fouls. Olasheni with 4 fouls. We've got drama with 4 minutes to play and the Phoenix on top by 8. Big-time players making big-time plays. First, it's LaQuincy Rideau, and then Cameron Christian Azania stepping up and taking the lob.
Yeah, he does put it on a plate. Thank you very much. Rideau has 4 fouls. So Coach Ben Thomas is trusting him this 4 minutes and 2 seconds. But if I'm Tariq Phillip, look, he's going at him.
Yep. And Kristen commits the foul as Tariq Phillip had left that short, and you are exactly right. They're going right at LaQuincy Rideau, and why not?
Yep.
If you're head coach Peter Bosic, that's the last guy you want on the court if it comes down to final shooting time.
Well, it's important, right, to get him out, but also he knows he can't pick up that 5th foul, so he's kind of taking his foot off the gas on the defensive end. And good job by Tariq Phillip knowing that.
So Tariq Phillip will stroll to the line, a 79% free throw shooter. Short on the first. Not panic time, Azania Stewart, but you certainly want to give these freebies and make them count.
Free throws are so important. And then missed another one, but good rebound from Grantham.
Connor Morgan, so they make amends for Tariq Phillip. Short on the first, long on the second, and they come away with 2.
I would have to run for that. Certain teams and in college, a free throw, box out miss. Woo.
They don't tolerate that in Gainesville. And that's the reason why the London Lions would like to see him on the bench with his 5th.
And he's loving it. Look at this. It's that first initial hit and that contact. It just gets the defense off balance, but then also creates the foul.
Just
I like
shows
it.
how strong he is.
Yeah.
He can take the contact and he still continues on, doesn't mess up his shot.
For sure. Strong as an ox. Here comes a sub. Connor Morgan will go to the bench.
He's had a frustrating night, Connor Morgan. 4 points. 9 points, 4 fouls from Morgan. Helps to take a seat. Taylor back in, Matt Morgan in. Dante Grantham. Matt Morgan drives the lane. Hangs in the air and can't get it to fall. Maceo Jack comes away with it. And you start to get a sense that London's going to need to make sure that every possession counts. They cannot come away empty when they have the rock.
That's correct. They've got to execute plays, but then also they need stops right now. And Rideau's the man, the hot hand.
Oh, my word. Maceo Jack, maybe the rebound of the game.
Back-to-back plays. Huge Phoenix. The crowd is up and out of their seats. Wow. Big rebound down here. And then Aaron Rye,
Yep.
gets back on defense.
And now he's going to take his time walking it up. They can burn clock. Probably don't want to get a shot off. What do you think? Is they need before 5 seconds?
Yeah, they just want to run it down. But, you know, Aaron Rye, he'll just lure you to sleep.
5 seconds on the clock. Skylar White pulls the trigger. Dagger.
The punches keep coming. And this is shooters shoot. And however many he had missed, Skylar White is going to step right into that three-point shot and knock it down. They lured him to sleep and then push the ball out.
And they're checking something at the scoring table.
Look at this. That's where he's great. You know, like it or not, it's his job to shoot the ball.
There's a game clock situation right now. 2:29 is what's showing. Definitely got the shot off in time. White now with 13 points. None bigger than that last 3. Luke Nelson comes back in for the Lions.
Well, you always ask me, when do you panic? And I always say 3 minutes, and we're at 2:29.
This is gut check time for London.
14-point game. You've got enough time. You've got a lot of time. But what they have to do is this on the defensive end, Todd. They can't let Cheshire run the whole shot clock down and then get a bucket like they just did. from Skylar White.
We've talked about this so many times in games earlier this season. It's teams disrupting another team's rhythm and what they want to do, and that's exactly what Cheshire has done here. Shot clock now at 8. Hustling to get a shot up, and that three not there. Jordan Taylor there with the rebound. He goes right back up and is fouled.
The vet coming in, diving in fact.
Doing everything.
Yeah.
Mr. Utility.
And Skylar White, this is going to be a massive foul. I don't know. Yeah, it's just his 4th. Sorry, I thought it was his 5th.
Yeah, Jordan Taylor just wanted it more.
Yeah, it's his 4th, sorry. The shot clock in the arena did flash up that he had 5.
That's class 4. Right there. Remember Jordan Taylor missing the free throw last time, steps up, knocks down the first one. So it's an 88-75. 13-point lead. You say, well, it's way out of reach for the Lions. With the firepower they have on that team, it's not out of reach.
2 minutes 12 in basketball is a very long time. In a full court press with London Lions down by so many. They've got to turn up the heat in the kitchen, and it'll start with this press.
So the full court press coming from Petr Bosic's Lions. Aaron Ryan with the ball in his hand. Big man can handle it. Gets double teamed. Ball knocked away, and it will stay with Cheshire.
Good double team by London Lions.
But now they put him in a situation, as Zanio, there's only 13 seconds on the shot clock, 2:01 on the game clock. Plenty of time. Ball in the hand of Aaron Ryan. David Nwaba on the close D. Shot clock at 5. Captain Jack to the rescue.
Captain Jack, for sure, with the hammer, looks at London Lions bench and screams.
Jordan Taylor tries to answer back, keeps it alive, and Nwaba gets a full helping of Aaron Ryan. I don't think Aaron Ryan intended to do that because it's like he ran into a brick wall.
Yeah, 2 fouls on Aaron Ryan. He's breathing heavy right now. He's just got to hold on for 1:37. Here is Jack's 3-pointer. Wide open. It was created by Aaron Ryan. I like that, the drive. Suck in the defense. Bang, throw it out.
You know who Aaron Ryan's roommate is?
Jack.
Maceo Jack.
Hey.
I'll find you.
I'll find you.
I'll find you. So substitutions coming as David Nwaba stepped off the court. Kieran Sandy came on, but not a substituting opportunity for London. With 1:37 to play, Phoenix on top, 91-76. Trophy championship situation here. And Cheshire looking very much the part of Zania Stewart, who called it before the game.
You know, yesterday it was the boys. Wait, listen, first of all, there's 1:37 left. But the boys in the studio, Mike Tuck and Obi Soko, went for the Leicester Riders.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I like Phoenix. They've been playing wonderful basketball. They're undefeated in the group stage of trophy. And they've just been playing solid, and they've got enough to compete with London Lions.
So David Nwaba will take a seat. Kieran Sandy seeing his first action of the night. Talented player out of London. 6'6" forward. He'll be rocking the number 3 the rest of the season. And the foul called. Luke Nelson picking up that foul.
Well, Jack will walk the length of the court as London Lions are over the limit. So he'll go to the free throw line.
Jordan Taylor's going to step out, and Kareem Quealy will get an opportunity to get some playing time. And I think at this point, Coach Bocic is just wondering, can we close the gap? Down 13 with 1:35 to play. And the way that Cheshire is shooting their foul shots, the way they're handling the ball, it's tough. I mean, they're just, if they were missing their foul shots and they were having turnover problems, I'd say you're still in this, but taking care of the rock.
taking care of the rock.
You've been on your game all weekend in Birmingham.
Thank you.
I mean,
Really?
just the
Oh my
predictions
gosh.
are
Thank you.
amazing.
Well, you know, I usually pick player of the game, but also the guys to watch. That kind of helps me.
Luke Nelson fires up a 3. Maceo Jack reels it in, and now we're down to 1 minute and 20 seconds in the ball game. Aaron Rye didn't see Luke Nelson coming, and the ball gets knocked away. Stays with the Phoenix. And the fans in orange, not wearing the orange jerseys, but the fans in the orange t-shirt, they are on their feet. Maceo Jack's shot is short. Mo Solowati will come away with it.
London's got to score quickly.
Yep.
Time isn't their friend.
Solowati just inside the three-point arc. Ball poked away by Luke Nelson. Thought it was off Skylar White. Referee disagrees.
And I've just seen Skylar White wipes his hands, but Aaron Rye, just a little silent fist pump in the air, knowing that they might have just done enough. You can't get complacent, because this can happen.
Ball poked away by Nelson. Another opportunity. Quick bucket there from Corey Quealy. Might be a case of too little, too late. 13-point Cheshire lead. And you know what? Maceo Jack, normally I'd say don't take that shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock. But when you're Captain Jack and you're feeling it, let it fly.
Yeah, put the cherry on top. The last dagger into London Lions' heart. And they steal it. This is Phoenix basketball, baby. I'm here for the energy. I love it.
The icing on the cake comes from Aaron Rye as he puts the exclamation point on a fantastic performance by the Cheshire Phoenix. Luke Nelson comes in for the final 2. 98-82.
You take that drink, Ben Thomas. The timeout has happened, and you can start to see Cheshire Phoenix fans crying. I love it. It's an emotional roller coaster. You know, these fans have been so committed.
Cheshire had a 3-point lead after the first. They were down by 4 at halftime. They had a lead of 6 at the end of the third, and then you start to believe, and now 98-82, the Phoenix flirting with the century.
And you know what? It's just wonderful. I just can't express how great Cheshire Phoenix. Rideau, 25 points. Aaron Rye, 16. Holden, 12. Skylar White, 13. Listen, everyone who's playing, Maceo Jack, 15 points. They've stepped up heavy, and you know what? They had to. If they want to beat the London Lions at full force, right? When London Lions have lost, they've had people out. They've had guys injured or whatever. They've had excuses. No, this is a full
full roster.
Full roster London Lions. There's no way you're taking this win away from the Cheshire Phoenix. This is huge.
How great is this? Ben Thomas emptying his bench, getting some players that don't get a lot of playing time. Greg Wild stepping onto the court. He can say he played in a trophy final. You can't take out LaQuincy Rideau. He has been the heart and soul of this team. And Maceo Jack with a heavily bandaged finger coming up with 2 huge threes. And they will run the clock out. And in 2024, the Cheshire Phoenix will raise the trophy.
Wow. You know what? I just had to stand up and applaud, because that was a well-rounded, beautiful basketball win. Well coached, well executed. They knew they had to come out, play great, fantastic basketball. If you want to knock off the London Lions and the mightiness of their bench, I'm so proud of them. I feel like...
Yeah, it was a fantastic game, and it looked like, and you got the feeling that eventually London would find a spark. They would find a way. It looked like Jordan Taylor was going to provide it in the fourth quarter, and no one else was stepping up. It was all him. Cheshire decided, you know what, we'll focus on him. Eliminated, he had to sit down, and then it was all Maceo Jack, Aaron Rye, and LaQuincy Rideau.
And let's put some respect on Phoenix, right? Last year they lose to that heartbreaking shot. The year before they won it. They're a team that knows how to get into the finals. They know how to get it done. I'm just really happy for this team. This is big.
I know you've been crunching the numbers and you've got some thoughts one way or the other, but it's now time for you to shine. Who is going to be your MVP?
Mr. Rideau with 25 points and a lot of rebounds, 9.
Let's send it down to Drew Lasker with the man of the hour.
LaQuincy, talk to me. What's going through your mind?
It goes back to the beginning of the season in September. Everybody doubted us. A lot of people had us at 7, 8, and 9. I will never forget that. I screenshot that. I got that posted up in my room. I will never forget that. You know, that's what's really going through my mind right now.
And as you said, nobody believed. But why did you believe?
Man, I know what kind of group of guys we got, man. You know what I'm saying? We're missing each Jaguar, but you know, I believe in my team.
Guys, describe this atmosphere. Describe these fans behind you.
Man, love. You know, they travel all the way from Ellsworth down here to support us. Look, we got a group of fans. You know, I would say majority of the people is here from London. You know, the team league on, whatever it's called, but group of fans love, man. That's all I can say, just love.
You did it, man.
Yes, sir, man. I'm going to make y'all believers, man. We not no underdogs. We top dogs, man.
Hey, guys, I'm speechless. The Cheshire Phoenix are the trophy champs. Back over to you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible scenes, fantastic celebrations at the Utility Arena, Birmingham, as Cheshire Phoenix become the trophy champions. They are going to lift that British Basketball League trophy, and deservedly so. The final score, 98-82. Actually taking apart the London Lions in that fourth quarter where it was all poised. We really thought, Mike Tuck, that London would fight a little bit harder in that fourth, but it was Cheshire Phoenix who said, we're going to do this for our fans and make sure that we take this trophy home.
And they definitely did do it for the fans. Look at that fan base right there. They couldn't be happier. You have to take your hats off to the Cheshire Phoenix. Like, they just showed up on the day. And, you know, tight game through the first half, and they came through in that second half. Defensively, offensively, both ends of the floor just controlled the game to get the win.
And this is going to feel so sweet as they lift this trophy. We can hand back to Todd and Azania to take us through.
All right, Jeanette, very well said by Ovi and Mike. They earned it. They deserved it. Azania, they came in. They executed. They could have folded. Oh, it's the London Lions. They've come back on us. They took the lead away from us, and they never did.
Yeah, and I think Mike Tuck and Ovi made a great point about the fans. Yep. You know, they've been here both days, rocking with them, heavy. And, there's Coach Bozic. I think he's in a little bit of surprise, but what I loved about Phoenix, Todd, is the energy, that the waves, it kept coming, and it just put too much pressure on London Lions that they crumbled at their last fourth quarter.
London Lions could not find the offensive rhythm. Jordan Taylor tried to provide it at the very end, came up with some big three-pointers to close the gap, but Cheshire at every turn answered the call.
Yes. And you know what? It was their defense. I felt like they were so solid. They ran through passing lanes. Aaron Rye was great on the rebounding boards. He was huge. He had 16 points and 11 rebounds. He had a double-double and 4 assists, so I have to give him a shout-out. Even though Rideau won Man of the Match MVP, they had a solid start.
I think the runner-up trophy is not what the London Lions thought they were going to be getting, because they came in as such a hot squad with a record of 22-3 in the championship season and a 3-1 in the Group B winning session. Had troubles with Caledonia, but pulled away from them, and you thought, well, we're getting David and Waba back for tomorrow. We'll probably be even better. We'll be able to handle this. And Cheshire just opened up with that 30-27 first period, and I think sent a little bit of a message.
Yeah, and I actually spoke about this when we talked about Temisak Bentley being number 1, right? London Lions sit at number 1 in the regular season table. Every team, every night is going to come out and give you their best shot, and that's what Cheshire Phoenix did. And you know, I've really said this also, they've been playing their best and their great basketball at this time of the year, and you want it to be, so you can lift this trophy. I'm really happy for them.
London Lions always put on a great show. They're always a favorite when they come to play, whether it's Euro Cup or in the British Basketball League, but tonight the evening belongs to the Cheshire Phoenix.
of the Northwest. There's a beautiful picture of their crowd. Their home crowd travelled, filled their section up to the top.
Each one of these guys made a contribution. Cam Kristen didn't start today, started yesterday. LaQuincy Rideau, what can you say about him? He did just about everything.
You know, Rideau, I actually texted with him yesterday because I added him on that winning shot, and he said, you know what, it really annoyed me that we were seen as the underdogs. So I came out and I showed them, and I replied back and I said, listen, go ahead and do it again. And that's what he did for sure, 25 points. But you know what I loved about him? He doesn't back down from the fight, does he? He takes the hit, he slows his offense down, he talks the talk, he walks the walk. Well done, that man.
Well, we've got Sir Rodney Walker, the men's chairman, handing out the trophies alongside Aaron Raiden, the British Basketball League CEO, and we'll have Paul Rainey from Moulton giving out the MVP Men's Award. And wow, the London Lion women get the win, and we thought 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left, the London men will get it as well. Cheshire said, not so fast.
Not so fast. And this is going to hurt London Lions, and I think they should. They're on the sidelines right there. Watch it and know that, you know, in this league, teams are coming up, and this league is getting better and better, and I really love it. I love where British Basketball League is going.
Paul Rainey ready to make the presentation for the MVP award, courtesy of Moulton.
Well deserved, Todd. Well deserved. He deserves that.
Absolute warrior this whole weekend.
Well, let the flames go up. The MVP on your picture. Wonderful game from him.
And now we present the trophy to Captain Maceo Jack.
Captain Jack will do the honors.
The British Basketball League to officially crown
Captain Jack, you're right. Big 3 points to 2 in the corner to seal the deal.
British Basketball League
unbeaten in the trophy. Here we go.
Don't break it, Jack. Start again. Let's go. Here we go. Whoa. Really lovely pictures. Well deserved. A great weekend. But great point. They're undefeated.
Yep.
They went 4-0 in the group stage. Won yesterday and won today.
Won their semifinal in a tight one over the Leicester Riders, and then they faced off against the Titans of the British Basketball League, the London Lions, and on a neutral court in Birmingham, the Cheshire Phoenix answered the call every single time. Wasn't always pretty, Azania, but they found a way to get it done.
And sometimes it doesn't need to be pretty, but they were solid down the stretch, made plays. Everyone stepped up. Jack hit those threes right, controlled the tempo, being the point guard. Some dagger threes from the Skylar White. It was just incredible. I can't say enough how well this team has played.
And now they'll celebrate with their fans that are here in Birmingham. The Orange Crush on hand. And then a big party in Cheshire. Right now we send it back to the studio and Jeanette Quachi.
Thank you very much, Todd and Azania. And there you have it. There are your champions, the Cheshire Phoenix, of course, paying homage to the fans that have travelled all the way to come and see them play in Birmingham and to take that win. And what we are seeing from this Cheshire Phoenix team, of course, is something that they avenged from last year. And we can get the thoughts now of their head coach, Ben Thomas. Here's Drew Lasker.
Ben, I can feel your emotions coming through me. Describe it for us.
After last year, after hearing David Sloan for three in the corner, every single time I watch a basketball game, this is, it's just gratitude. I'm so happy for everyone. I'm so happy for this lot. London had 0 fans here, and I'm just so happy that we can win this for them. Honestly, I'm so happy.
And talk about that journey for us. David Sloan breaks your heart. You got to live with that, and now you're in a position to overcome that. How does it feel?
honestly, I'm so happy. It feels so good. You know, we know we let that one slip. We knew that was in our control that day. And, you know, like I say, we had to live with that. And what the message today at the start was, make sure we leave it all out there. No regrets. And we played like that, especially in that second half. We took it to them, and we left it all out there.
Finally, for anyone out there that might be facing a Goliath themselves, what would you say to them that they can also do it as well?
Be brave.
There it is. The champion. Congratulations, Coach. Much deserved. Back over to you, Jeanette.
Drew, thank you so much. As Ben Thomas, off he goes. He's the winning coach, and there is the baby we were hoping that nobody would drop. When all of those buckets were going in, and what a celebration for him. And I guess, you know, he makes the point, you know, Ovi, this is somebody who probably didn't sleep thinking about what happened in that final last year, and here he is now with that trophy.
I mean, you know, we got to get used to seeing this guy in the finals of this trophy matchup. 2 years ago, they won it. Last year, they lost. And it's incredible to get there for a third year in a row and to come away with, you know, with the odds stacked against them was impressive.
Yeah, really, really impressive. Someone who was incredibly impressive for the London Lions. Unfortunately, not to take the trophy is Jordan Taylor, and he's courtside with Drew.
Jordan, I know this must be tough for you, but I saw you give those guys props. Was it much deserved?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was apparent. They came out here, they did their thing. They came out, they made shots, they played defense. I think we only had maybe, I don't know what it was, 40, 30-some points in the second half, so they came out prepared. So congrats to them.
And what part of their game that gave you guys fits and problems here this evening?
You know, they spread the floor. They got shooters. Skylar White always presents a matchup difficulties the way he can step out. It's unusual for our bigs to step out like that. But then LaQuincy Rideau made big shots at the end of the game, and you know, that's basketball. That's what they did. So hats off to them.
Jordan, commiserations. Thanks for your professionalism.
Appreciate it. Love.
Back over to you, Jeanette.
Yeah, and understandably, someone like Jordan Taylor, you know, captain of the London Lions, somebody so passionate, a veteran in this, Mike, you can see why he would be frustrated. You know, back-to-back three-pointers at one point. We really thought he was the spark that was going to bring it for the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, in that second half, he was the shining light for London Lions. You know, you can see he was trying to put the team on his back a little bit, but unfortunately, parts of the supporting cast weren't there. And you can see, you know, typically Jordan's he's a pretty smooth cat. He's pretty chilled out, and we saw him. You know, there was moments when he was heading over to the bench. He was fired up. He was getting pretty angry and frustrated. So you can understand it. You know, these moments only come around once every so often, and a guy like that who potentially is, you know, heading towards the end of his career, you know, he wants to cherish these moments like the Cheshire Phoenix are right now.
And you can see it. You can see how much it means to them. Of course, we've been speaking a lot about the fans, but for the Phoenix, 100% unbeaten in this competition. That is something, Ovi.
It has been incredible, you know, and I guess the question has always been, can they do it at the next level? Could they do it against the Riders? Could they do it today against the London Lions? And they've proven the doubt was wrong, you know. Shout out to LaQuincy Rideau. You know, he said, you know, he was upset that he was an underdog, but they got it done tonight.
They got it done tonight. Shout out to LaQuincy Rideau, but shout out to Aaron Wright as well, alongside Drew Lasker courtside.
Aaron, congratulations. You're a champ, man. What does it feel like to win at this level?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. I think that, honestly, I feel great, but I'm just more happy to do it for all these guys. Look behind us, you see hundreds, you know, almost 1,000, I'd say. Maybe I'm estimating too much, but these guys really drive us here. You know, it's all the staff, coaches, so happy for myself, but more happy for everybody else, honestly.
Well, let's focus on you. A year ago, you were playing Division I. What made you believe that you can perform at this level?
Yeah, I mean, I always believed it's just about opportunity. I guess I didn't get the opportunity last year, but, you know, when I do, I'm trying my best to show that I belong, and I'm even better than what people expect, so yeah.
Congratulations, Aaron. You're a champ, man.
Yeah, thanks very much. You guys put on a credible event, so thanks to you guys in the studio and yourself for really doing great coverage of us, and for going enjoy this, so I appreciate you.
We got a humble champ right here, guys. Back to you.
Yeah. We got a humble champ, and he's my new fave, shouting us out in the studio. Aaron Wright, well done. And let's just see how this was done by the Cheshire Phoenix. And you would look and think that the game-changing quarter looked to be the third. It was Cheshire who really did try and stretch that lead. And with a minute to play in the third, they were looking in good shape. And the Phoenix in the driving seat. A stellar performance from the man we just heard from, Aaron Wright. London, though, doing themselves no favours, looking slightly disjointed. But it was JT, Jordan Taylor, just before the end there with those three-pointers. But it wasn't enough. The confident play from LaQuincy Rideau and Aaron Wright ended up being a chef's kiss performance for the Cheshire Phoenix. And we can see, like we say, just how much it means to them. It makes me wonder then, Mike, how much this then actually pushes them on in the league. LaQuincy Rideau, he's going to have so much confidence going now on in the league.
Oh, all these guys are going to have confidence, you know, like unbeaten through the month of January here. It's a huge momentum shift for them, you know, and especially in a league right now where the table is so tight through that second to the seventh spot. This will help them go in there, but you know, you have to give a big shout out to Skylar White there. He came up big down the clutch in that second half, hitting some huge threes. Obviously, LaQuincy, MVP, well deserved, taking it at the London Lions. No matter what size, no matter who was in front of him, he has no fear. This guy, like he said, he's a top dog. He's the big dog, and he wants to be there, put himself in the situation, able to finish around any defender. Great performance from him tonight.
Yeah, you say, you know, LaQuincy Rideau said it, top dog, big dogs, this is what they want to be. No more underdog, and people are going to have to sit up and respect their performances in this trophy competition in the league, especially coming from Aaron Wright.
I mean, we have to look at who they beat over the month of January. They beat the Gladiators, they beat the London Lions, they beat the Riders, who have been one of the hottest teams around the league over this last month. So, you know, you're not looking at a team that got there by luck. You know, I think at the beginning of the season, first couple of months, it was just a sort of situation. It was like, how long can they keep this up? These guys have kept it up. They've improved, and they've slain the giants of the league.
Yeah, that baby is busy. That baby is very busy, and I'm sure it is the same baby. I'm not quite sure. I think it's the same baby. I don't want to misbaby anyone's baby, but here we are. They're making angels in the confetti, and it's just such a great. It's a great picture, isn't it? A great picture for the game as well, to see that there is that variety. And, you know, the mighty London Lions can be taken down, Mike.
Yeah, it's that old Goliath story, you know, taking down Goliath. And it's great. You know, the Cheshire Phoenix, you know, very historic club, you know, going all the way back to the Cheshire Jets. And you know, they've got a great fan base, great support.
Yeah.
So it's good to see them come up today with a big win over London Lions, who have been, you know, the heavy hitters of this league. And what a great shot right there. Skylar White's young baby. Moments that they'll cherish for a lifetime. David Ulf, you know, came in, gave them great minutes. Great guy for the club, been around the club for a long time, and that fan base well deserved today.
Yeah, and we spoke to Aaron Wright. I do want to take a look at how he was able to really push the Phoenix through, Ovi, and his performance today.
I mean, his performance today, his performance over the course of this Final Four, from the jump, you know, taking the big guys, really taking advantage of those mismatches. And then we speak about his intelligence and his cerebral factor, and this is just part of it, you know, reading the game from the jump. And I think when you play the game that way, when you play the game from, you know, such a cerebral standpoint, it helps you to be effective no matter who the opponent is, because you're reading the game and just playing the game the right way, which is something that he continues to do.
Yeah, and I mean, both ends of the floor, we talked about it, you know, he's obviously an offensive threat, but also coming up with some big blocks there, and just fearless here. We see this was a huge play down the stretch, driving, drags the defender in off the strong side there, and Maceo Jack, got to give Maceo Jack a quick shout out. He hit 2 monster threes down the stretch to keep him in, and there's the exclamation point on the end of the final here. Aaron Rye came to play. What a nice kid too in the post-game interview, and also, you know, from my hometown, went to the same high school. I couldn't be happier for this guy.
Yeah, no, it's actually brilliant to see him there. And you heard him say he didn't get the chance last year, so here he is now. He's got the first piece of silverware for the season. And this is a team, like we said, the Cheshire Phoenix, that could do some real damage in the league. Everyone's going to sit up and notice what they've done. And it was a performance. They sat in third in the league. And it's going to make the Gladiators and London really take notice.
This is going to shake things up, you know. I think it's going to give them a lot of confidence. I think this gives teams around the league confidence as far as, you know, just how wide open this league is to win for anybody. And I think it's going to test the London Lions. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to see if they're going to, how cohesive are they?
Yeah.
How close is this team? It's easy to be close when you're winning by 20 points, dominating in the Euro Cup. But when adversity comes your way, you know, they're expected to win this. They've dropped one now. Can they sort of, you know, can they push through this?
Yeah, and just a quick line just before we go on the London Lions and the women and what they were able to do, Mike.
Oh, incredible game today. You know, obviously they've been a powerhouse for the last couple of years, but that becomes more weight on your shoulders and tougher. So big win for them today.
Brilliant stuff. Well, congratulations to both of our winners today. That's your trophy competition done and dusted at the British Basketball League. I've enjoyed it, but we'll be back with the league and we'll see you soon.